$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a good program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. Deb's Woke News. 4 o'clock, it's What'd You Do That's New. We go over Ross's Choice. We'll find out what I have to offer. 5 o'clock hour, we do have trivia. 6 o'clock hour, Ross Thoughts and Last Call, plus your calls, talks, and texts and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Branshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Ross Payne.
What do I do with my hands?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social. That's Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can watch us do the show on our YouTube channel. Again, that's JimColbertLive.com. Also, the master list for What'd You Do That's New that we'll do at 4 o'clock today. It's all there. So all the choices forever are all there. Your 3 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
Be like David, our 3 o'clock winner yesterday.
That's right.
First winner for Real Radio.
That's
It's
right.
biblical.
And by the way, if you want to leave a talk back, you'll hear those throughout the day, your little recorded voices before we get into those segments. That's easy to do as well. Download the iHeartRadio app. It's absolutely free, no hassle at all, no requirements. Download it. And then when you get it, go to the Real Radio section. You'll see a little microphone there. You hit that, talk into it, say what you're going to say, and then listen to it. Make sure it sounds great. If not, do it again. They'll allow you to edit it, and then send it on down the line. You'll hear yourself on the air. You know, we know a lot of people. I love this thing, by the way, because we know a lot of people don't have time to sit on the phone. That happens, but they do want to say something about the program. And for you to be able to just bring up the app, pop it on, just drop your thought, and then send it on down the line. We do have plenty of opportunities to get those on the air all day today.
When we started, people would sit on the phone 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, my God. You don't even...
to have a chance to be on the program, or they may fax you.
Yeah.
And Jimmy sat in the room with the fax machine.
It was
I remember that.
It was like a Disney ride. You waited for an hour to talk 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You to talk 18 seconds or 90 seconds.
Email was a game changer, and then as it became more integrated with the show, and then text messaging.
Yeah, that was a big
with Real Mobile,
For
which
sure.
allows people just to kind of cathartically get off their chest. But with the talkback feature, we get to hear you and we get to play you so
Right.
other people can hear you as well.
Very good.
We appreciate it. Follow Real Radio on the iHeart app, and we'll pop right up in your favorites.
Got it. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Driving around yesterday and a little bit this morning, I was thinking about something.
How windy it is?
No, I mean, it was super windy today for
Whoa.
sure. But I did want to ask you something real quick. I wanted to see if you think these things have a chance to make a comeback. Because I got to tell you, and the one thing that I don't think Ross got to experience as a kid, because you are about 20 years younger than everybody on the program.
Hey,
I
careful there.
don't think you get to experience these. I think these had pretty much seen their day by the time you came around, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, that I'm wrong.
Like-
Yeah. Tell me the first roadside attraction you went to.
First roadside.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
A roadside attraction?
Dr. Evermore's Forevertron.
There you go. Where's that?
I think like Sheboygan or something.
Oh, really? That's right. I forgot you
Oh.
did a giant road trip with your brother all across the U.S. and like Canada for a summer or two or something.
Oh, that's
It's
in
funny.
Wisconsin.
Last Tuesday, during What'd You Do That's New, we were talking about the Whirligig Park and Whirligigs, and Ross mentioned that, and I never heard that. So at the time, I Googled it and saw what it was and got to see what he was talking about, which is this interesting, sculpture concoction.
Yeah, he just grabbed this crazy dude a long time ago, just grabbed a bunch of scrap metal, and then he made I believe, a time machine to travel to the moon. And it takes up like a lot of
A
land.
time machine just go to the moon.
Yeah, and when you go there,
you can see that. We've done it.
you could see when I went there, I think it was the wife of the man, the widow, and she doesn't back down from the bit. She's like, yeah, you go up there. You see this.
Oh, she's living it.
Yeah. There are instructions, but no one's ever made it back.
Yeah, oh, really? That's what they tell you?
Yeah.
Hey,
Like
at your own risk.
but it is very impressive.
really cool,
Yeah,
huh?
it's massive.
Yeah, it's so funny. I feel so stupid because, right, Jack, that whirligig part really is kind of a roadside attraction. Is it? Wait a minute. Let's define. Is that what that is?
I would consider that a roadside attraction. Absolutely. Another roadside attraction that is a dunk of a roadside attraction. Jello Museum. I went to the Jello Museum.
The Jello Museum.
Yeah.
It's out in the Midwest?
Yeah, I forgot where it was.
Why do you say that's a dunk?
I say that's a dunk because that's exactly what a roadside attraction to me is.
It's like an old post office.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
The Knife Museum.
Yeah, and they were still they were repping Cosby and whatnot.
Really?
Yeah, well, I think that was before the whole Spanish Fly thing.
I always thought that a roadside attraction, and Deb, you can help me here. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was like one of those things that they used when people first started traveling via car and really taking like travel vacations, like you're going away with the family. You know, that didn't start happening. Like I think the blossom of that was the 50s, right? Where people started kind of getting in the old station wagon and going across the country.
With the development of the interstate highway system.
That's right. The highway
Haven't you
system.
ever seen the movie Cars?
Yeah. Okay. So with that said,
Missed that documentary.
I think that's where these things kind of started popping up.
Talks
right?
all about Route 66.
Yeah. Well, they're all over the place in Florida, but but we're so used to Florida having these kind of corny things. I know Vegas has them because I've been there. Are there other states? Did Jersey have like a lot of roadside corny little things like Florida had, like the
none that pop out.
None.
See, so where do you draw the line between like south of the border? Is that a roadside attraction?
Yes, I agree. Because here's the thing: if it has a ride, people are like, well, if it's got a ride, it's not a roadside attraction. That's more of an amusement park.
So like Gatorland. That's a park. They have zip lines. They have ride. They have a splash pad.
God, it's almost like a nature action park, isn't it? Is it? But I bet it probably was considered a roadside attraction for a while.
I was going to say, and I think that may lie the rub, is that generationally maybe the roadside attraction is really something of postcards and rest stops, souvenir shops, when the family's in the car, driving along, is that idea of stopping to see the world's largest ball of twine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you could do that right now, though. What could you possibly do to create a roadside attraction right now, though? Because when the internet came along, like you're like, oh, ball of twine, there it is, Google Earth, or there it is, 500 pictures of it. I can go live because there's a streaming camera there.
Right.
There's no nuance or mystery anymore. I mean, I don't even think you could pull off a roadside attraction anymore.
So I'm looking up a top 10 Florida roadside attraction list.
Yeah.
And Gatorland is on the list.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they consider that a slam. Because, I mean, is it a slam if you say roadside attraction? Does that take it down?
Yeah.
I think so, too. I think it's more than that. But,
Well,
I mean,
it's top 10. It's like in the top 3.
I get it. But what I'm saying is from the perception of Gatorland, I think they would probably want something a little bit more, professional, like a nature action park or a wildlife action park or something like, rather than roadside attraction.
When you're always competing with Disney and Universal and SeaWorld in this world, in this market, to be kind of pigeonholed as, that's a quaint little roadside attraction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone likes it.
Plus, just the finances of trying to keep something like that running when you're competing against a Disney, a Universal, a SeaWorld, a Legoland.
But it's perfectly niche-y, though,
It
I
is
think, because you
perfectly
can't get that
niche-y.
at either one of those other places you've mentioned.
Wiki Watchy.
Yeah, the mermaid.
mermaids.
Yeah.
Totally. Which I've never been to.
I haven't either.
Let's
I
go.
haven't either. Now, the town itself dissolved, but the mermaids remain.
Right.
Let's do our show from there.
What
Show
is
title.
Isn't that a Florida thing,
It's like a
right?
tour guide says that. Now, the town itself has dissolved, but the mermaids did stay.
The show title is The Mermaids Remain.
Spook Hill.
Oh yeah, that's that thing where you're
I've always wanted to go to Spook Hill.
where your car rolls uphill, right?
Yeah,
and
so
it's not that far away.
No,
This is
it's
out
in Lake County.
Lake Wales.
Oh, okay.
Watch your car defy gravity in Lake Wales as it rolls uphill after being parked at the bottom.
Yeah, there's like a tree or something you park next to. You put it in neutral, and your car apparently rolls uphill.
It's got a legend.
Oh yeah,
We need more places that have legends.
does it say that the legend is almost always in Florida? It's Native American based. Almost
most
always.
places are,
It's
yeah.
like
Oh my God! They call him Butterjack. He's on a roll.
it's like
As the legend goes,
okay. Let me have it. Yeah,
there was a great battle between a gator and a Native American in
That's
the
right.
area,
Yeah.
causing strange occurrences ever since. Spook Hill, Lake Wales.
That's a good one. There was one in Kissimmee. What was that? Was it the House of the Future?
Yeah. Oh.
It was like made out of
was it
styrofoam or
Xanadu?
Xanadu. That's it. That's it. Xanadu, Home of the Future. That thing was around for a while.
It was like a dome.
Man, let me tell you, it was. It's like somebody just went, "All right, we're done with that," and just locked the doors and left. And then it just sat there for decades, just rotting. And that's what I mean. It just became like it was almost like Splendid China when they shut that down. That thing became like kind of really odd.
We got the smallest post office in the U.S.
Oh wow!
St.
yeah,
Augustine?
Yeah. No. It's
Gibson?
Okeechobee? Okeechobee? Okeechobee.
Okeechobee. Oh, Okeechobee.
It's not Okeechobee.
No.
It's,
Easy.
He tried it 4 times.
I think I said it like
Did
the
you-
same
yeah,
way a couple times.
I said it wrong once too. So.
All right, Jack.
Quick
come
on
on
that
hot
buzzer
shot.
over there.
What you got? I'm giving you the word you're
Did-
thinking.
Does Wisconsin have this?
Oh, yeah.
What are their roadside attractions like?
It's Okeechobee.
Well, if you have to pee, I mean, we're going to go to break soon.
All right, come on. What's
wait.
Wisconsin got?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Like a largest curd?
Largest
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, your largest
Cheese wheel.
Big old curd.
No, your largest fiberglass heifer.
Oh yeah.
Most of your family dairy farms usually like to pull fiberglass replicas to show if they're,
That's
you know,
great.
are they raising Guernsey? Are they raising Jersey?
That's so funny.
What kind of
Florida had them like every other 3 miles. And see, I don't think
You know where else does? Texas.
Texas has a lot of them.
Well, I remember moving from Wisconsin to California. We drove, and the middle of the country is nothing but one small roadside attraction because,
right, yeah.
you know, all the other. If you have the beach, you have the beach. If you have the mountains, you have the mountains.
Right,
but
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're out in the middle of a state that's flatter than pea on a plate,
Right, yeah.
you know that ball of twine's about the only thing they got going.
Like we're going on Friday night to the Ball of Twine.
The Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that's the
St.
number
Augustine.
one
But
roadside
it's the first
attraction.
But the thing is, the entire city of St. Augustine is a roadside attraction then because it's got like all that stuff, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's got the magic carpet thing in there.
Yeah, but I mean, the Fountain of Youth was an attraction in and of
still-
itself, I
still is,
believe.
yeah.
It was founded in 1513.
Mm-hmm. You can still drink from it. It oddly tastes like city water. and I got to tell you something else. It doesn't feel super magical.
Do you know about Big Betsy
What's Big Betsy?
and Isla Morada?
No.
Big Betsy is possibly the biggest lobster in the world,
Oh, I didn't know that.
standing over at 35 feet. And it is a very highly detailed statue
Well, you know,
of a lobster.
St. Augustine has that alligator farm there that had
Yep.
like I think the alligator was named Gormac or something like that. And this thing didn't even look real. It looked like a movie alligator. It was so big, but it was real. Then it died. They had to get something else like Gormac 2.
Well, what you know about Goofy Golf Panama City?
I don't know. It's Panama City?
Panama City.
Yeah, there you go. Goofy Golf.
It's a pub place called Goofy Golf, and it's been there since the 50s.
Man, there's
Apparently, it's got a cult following.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I just think I don't know that you could pull one off today though. I don't think you could build like a roadside attraction outside of like that Whirligig Park thing, but that's not even like a new concept. That's just they got lucky with that guy to be dead honest with you.
I
mean,
think like a lot of roadside attractions have some element of luck.
yeah,
a
maybe
little
so.
bit.
But it's
Some
got to
do.
have nuance and some intrigue in there as well, though.
You know what? It could have been one, but you couldn't stop unless you got off the highway. But they got rid of it. The Winnebago Park.
Oh, the Stonehenge thing.
Stonehenge,
Yeah,
yeah.
because there's a car one out west as well that still does it.
Like a Cadillac Ranch.
Yeah.
I think they have it in Texas.
And then the oldest one I remember here in Central Florida is out there in Bithlo, right? It's at Jungle Land. It's got the giant fiberglass gator that sits like sideways. I don't think you walk into its mouth or anything, but
Yeah, no, it's the world's largest gator.
Yeah.
It's 200 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
Named Swampy.
Yeah, and then that crazy when I'm going to Tampa on the right, where it's got all those like plastic dinosaurs.
Yeah.
On the right, just past the campsite there. I'm always like, that's the weirdest thing. You look at walk through a field with fake dinosaurs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's $15. I guess.
You take two of these and they move.
Yeah, right. All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, we've got a Volusia County lawmaker comparing transgenders to mutants. Universal is going to permanently close one of its original attractions, and a Polk County woman buys a $2 million lottery ticket, and just in time. We'll tell you why and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. We had a winner yesterday this hour. Go get that money again. That is your keyword, grand. Good luck. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show in 1 second.
Someday, Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Drivers in the Orlando area can expect some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon as you travel eastbound between US 2070 and the 429 and between Osceola Parkway and 535. Be on the lookout for a crash causing some stop-and-go delays southbound on OBT due to a crash partially blocking the roadway at Lance Street. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by GetRefunds.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
It is that time of the year to smell the roses, not your carpet and your couches. That's where Zero Res comes in. For the month of April, get 2 rooms of carpets cleaned and add the staircase in for only $30. Mention me, Russ Rollins from the Mossers, and you get $50 off your tile and grout cleaning. Book online now. Go to ZeroResOrlando.com. That's Zero Res, spelled the same way forwards and backwards. It's the right way to clean.
International Diamond Center Spectacular Semi-Annual Store-Wide Sale is coming next weekend, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Biggest sale this year. Up to 20% off all rings, all bands, all bracelets, all earrings, all fashion jewelry. Plus thousands of GIA and Forever Marked diamonds are marked down for this, as well as all new designer jewelry being flown in from New York and California. Don't miss this. 3 days of extraordinary savings. Ask about special financing, too. Up to 3 years, 0 interest. It's happening April 21st through 23rd, and only at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
O'Reilly. Is your Moore's battery weak or dead after winter storage? Get your Moore ready for spring lawn maintenance at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase any Superstart lawn and garden battery and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Choose Superstart batteries for power, performance, and reliability exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. If you are playing the game, the keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance of $1,000. We had a winner yesterday at 3 o'clock. Dave took home $1,000. You can as well. GRAND is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. 407-916-1041. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, woke news brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. A Volusia County lawmaker is under fire for comments he made about transgender people. Deltona Republican State Representative Webster Barnaby was discussing a bill yesterday that would require people to use the bathroom that aligns with their gender assigned at birth. Well, Barnaby called transgendered folks, quote, mutants from another planet, end quote, and, quote, demons and imps who pretend they are part of this world, end quote.
All right.
Yeah, Barnabys have usually a bad history with transgender people.
Both Republicans and Democrats condemned his comments, and the 63-year-old did apologize for referring to the trans community as demons. Equality Florida criticized Barnaby for what they call hideous bigotry and transphobic vitriol.
Yeah, I thought in his original statement he said, and this is how I feel, and you have to deal with it. And
if you come at me, I'm going to win every time. I can promise you that. That was exactly because I read that yesterday. I was like, no, he didn't say these things before. No, come on.
Come on now. I'm sorry I called you devils.
What about the imp?
Yeah, demons and imps.
That's just a little devil. That's all that is.
Meanwhile, legislation in Tallahassee seeks to allow the death penalty for people convicted of sexual battery on children under the age of 12. State Senator Lauren Book, a survivor of sexual abuse herself, says those convicted often plead their cases down and end up back out on the street, pointing to her own abuser. However, if passed, this measure would go against a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that said sentencing someone to death for any other crime other than murder is unconstitutional. Still, Governor Ron DeSantis has said he would sign the measure along with another bill reducing the number of jurors needed to recommend the death penalty.
Setting up a long and super expensive legal fight.
One of many, many, many.
You're not going to win.
All right, a 12-year-old Florida girl who stole her father's car.
Oh, man.
A Florida girl.
To drive 400 miles with a friend.
Okay.
To meet a person she met online.
So far, so good.
Thankfully, this is the part where as a parent, you're like, oh, thank God. Turned herself in after seeing a missing child alert.
Wow.
Officials say the girl and her 14-year-old friend crossed state lines and were in Alabama when they saw their faces on TV.
Wow.
The Union County Sheriff's Office.
How sobering that must be.
Can you imagine?
How sobering. Like, what?
Exactly. You're in another state. You got your dad's car. You think,
Right.
you're Thelma and Louising it.
By the time you get there, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
You drive into the trap.
The Union County Sheriff's Office says they have information on the person they were driving to meet, but it's unclear who it was or whether they were an adult. The chief deputy said there were some, quote, suspicious circumstances, end quote, that raised some red flags about the person. They turned that matter over to the FBI, to which I'm sure that person is going to hear, we'd like to talk to you for a little bit.
Sure.
Can we look at your computer?
Right. Yeah. Or we're just going to look at your computer.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. I forgot the whole.
Yeah, there's no.
Can we look at your computer? By can we mean we are?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can we snatch you out of here by your hair and then right behind you your computer?
Thank you for the segue, Jimmy, the snatching up by your hair, because, we often talk about how hard it is for teachers in the classroom today. And, well, one teacher, I guess, just
snapped. Huh?
Just bad judgment all around. Just figured, you know what?
Yeah.
You're gonna make my job hell. All right, I'm gonna return the favor for you.
I already love this.
This is like I said, Leon County. This is the home of the state capital, Tallahassee, where a teacher is facing charges for what the school district calls unacceptable actions.
Okay. That could be anything now. With the Dr. Phillips teacher, could be looking at somebody incorrectly.
Think Fight Club.
Okay. Oh, man.
Think Fight Club.
Already I'm falling in love with it now.
I don't hate this idea.
It sounds like somebody broke the first rule.
But if this is middle schoolers, I'm going to need a minute.
Okay. You're going to need a minute.
Wow, really?
Because Griffin middle school teacher Angel Footman was arrested last week.
A.K.A. the greatest person that ever lived.
For allegedly organizing student fights in her classroom.
This is her?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I thought. When I saw Angel, I was like, oh, he's being a bad, but what, her? Yeah, the sheriff's office says classroom videos show the 23-year-old watching the 6th grade girls as they battle it out in her classroom. Footman denies actually organizing the fights, but she does admit she didn't try to stop them or report them.
Right, yeah.
She's charged with delinquency of a minor and is due to be arraigned next month. Footman was fired when the allegations came out last month, and a district spokesperson tells WCTV in the Panhandle it's rare for the superintendent to fire a teacher immediately, but in this case it was warranted.
Yeah, you're running a fight club in your classroom. I would think that's the bare minimum. That's the bar.
I still feel a little bit bad for her. You know, she lost her job, plus she lost $50 because Samantha can't take a left hook.
Right, exactly. Like she lost another 100 on a flying back kick.
Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens.
The death of an NFL player is the subject of a lawsuit filed in Broward County. Man, Dwayne Haskins' widow is going after everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Filed the suit last month against the Florida Department of Transportation, local businesses, and others. For those who weren't here or don't remember, the 24-year-old Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback died last year when he was hit by a truck while walking along I-595. The medical examiner determined he was heavily intoxicated and the death was ruled an accident. The lawyer representing his widow, though, said yesterday that, no, that's not it. Haskins was targeted and drugged as part of a blackmail and robbery conspiracy.
Holy what?
Yeah. Businesses in Boca Raton, Miami, and Palm Beach are all defendants in the suit. Haskins' widow is also suing the tow truck driver who hit him, his bosses, and the company that Haskins rented his car from.
Oh, she got a BOGO lawyer.
Yeah, she what?
She got a Groupon or something.
Yeah,
I know.
We're going after everybody.
I'm waiting to see the evidence in that case, though. What does she have to support a robbery and bribery conspiracy?
She sued everybody from Boca down.
Exactly.
She bought lawyers in bulk.
All right, rough conditions are expected, unfortunately, again today along the central Florida coast. A storm surge caused more damage to the Volusia County shoreline yesterday as that system continues to create strong winds and high tides. I almost, by the time I got to work, my arms were exhausted by trying to fight the steering wheel.
Oh,
I don't know how much open highway driving you guys do on your way into work, but like that 429, 414, it's just...
And it's raised up. It's even worse because it's
terrible.
That's raised up, but you have a pretty low-profile car.
I do. Mine's an ass dragger, so for me to have to fight my steering wheel makes me think of anyone who's driving a higher-profile vehicle in this kind of wind.
Yeah.
It was...
You mean like my monster truck?
You and me both, Deb.
Yeah, exactly.
We're a bunch of ass draggers.
We're just ass dragging it,
All
right?
these Ferraris on the show.
Well, unfortunately, don't make me cry. Officials say temporary dams, think those tiger dams that were put in place to prevent erosion aren't working. They were also deflated to make way for sea turtle nesting season. In fact,
the irony of that, by
I
the
know,
way. Oh,
the
man.
State Department of Emergency Management says water is moving even closer to Daytona Beach Shores homes. Forecasters say the surf out there, man, it's dangerous even for the best swimmers. And beach erosion is possible as well. It's just not worth being out on the beach.
Gnarly.
It's gnarly from, Nassau County, St. Johns County, all the way up the Florida coast, all the way down to South Florida. So if you've got family coming into town, find something else to do because the beach is not the place to be. All right, Orange County leaders are asking for the community's help to fight crime. Mayor Jerry Demings is expected to detail a new survey as part of his Citizen Safety Task Force initiative.
Oh, that's an acronym.
It's designed to gather feedback from residents on ways to combat gun violence, kind of find solutions on a way to meet public safety needs. The 2023 Community Crime Survey is available now through the county's website. Don't wait, though. It'll remain open only until May 10th.
You got it.
All right, this was a fairly shocking kind of headline that we saw yesterday, bringing it to you today, but one of Central Florida's most iconic companies could be going out of business. Osceola-based Tupperware announced last
we were
week.
just talking about that.
Yeah, it announced last week it's experiencing financial problems, and there is substantial doubt about its ability to continue. Earl Tupper started the company in 1946 in Massachusetts.
It's a damn fine product, by the way.
And 5 years later, he moved it to Kissimmee. I really did not know that. I thought that was a corporate decision from another corporate board. I did not realize so soon in that company's inception that it moved to Kissimmee. Well, over the years, Tupperware's colorful plastic food containers, think of the one with the burp. That's how you knew it was a Tupperware.
It's so good. It's such a good quality product.
Could be found in kitchens around the country. The company, though, says that net sales were down almost 20% last year. What do you think that is? Do you think it's the
it's totally
the plastic?
Yeah. It's all the Gladware and it's cheaper containers that will last a little bit. They'll crack, you throw them out, and you buy more, but it's a lot cheaper to keep those. but Tupperware lasts forever.
But the problem is,
but it's more expensive.
It's more expensive, and you wind up losing it. The problem is you put your leftovers in there, you bring them to work or something, take them to a friend's house, and never gets returned. And I agree 100%. When you get those Glad things, it's like $3.49 for 3 of them, and they seal up just as fine.
But I'm thinking like for that millennial and Zoomer generation, think Ross and his wife Olivia, right? Think of how much they've changed their own personal hygiene and home cleaning to be very earth friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Right? From the shampoo bars and the coconut scrub. I think if Tupperware reinvented itself to appeal to that younger generation of people who don't appreciate the throwaway plastic. They want something that's going to last them a little bit longer and save them from spending $3.49 on 4 plastic containers that they're just going to go in the trash.
It would only be a retro thing, though, I believe. Because
that's so
cool. But the crazy thing is, it's weird, though. I rarely see this stuff at garage sales. That's a tell, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of other stuff, but you rarely see good quality Tupperware with matching lids at garage sales because people hold on to that stuff when they can keep them and stuff.
Or they also lost their lids.
Exactly.
Well, my daughter we were getting stuff for her new kitchen, and she was looking for glass ones, things that were more environmentally and eco-friendly.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a tack for them. But this is a weird announcement. It's not like, hey, we're going out of business. It's like, hey, we're in trouble and we might be going out of business.
Yeah, and then when their stock just ate it, which it did,
Yeah.
that's the indicator it definitely is.
But
It's like $1 a share.
It's like, nobody was prepared for cars when cars first came out. Everyone was still making buggy whips and harnesses for the horse, but you had to learn to pivot your company and your product to be able to meet the new demand. I think Tupperware is losing out on a huge opportunity to connect with a younger audience, an audience like Ross and his wife who are really into that mid-century 1950s housewife thing. I think they could come up with a cool retro line and manage to save the business.
Because when I think 1950s housewife, I think of Ross.
You should think of my wife. That's what she's into.
I think of her a lot, buddy. I really do.
What did I say? Did I say something? Am I getting a divorce? Did I mess up?
No,
you did not.
You did not.
I said something that you didn't hear, isn't it?
Meanwhile, I'm going to go back to searching for buggy whips. I want one.
When Deb said Cars, I was like, the animated movie again?
Right. Come on, man. It's 2 Cars references today.
Second segment.
I also thought that's what you were referring to at first.
Gentlemen, you're welcome.
You know, when Cars
You're very
came
welcome.
out.
At least a drop of Ratatouille.
Do not mention the Ratatouille. No, you have seen Ratatouille.
I have.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Well, speaking of something that is not Disney but does affect our boy Ross here, Universal Orlando expected to close down one of its original attractions after more than 2 decades. The theme park confirmed earlier today that Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure will operate for the last time.
You think he was pissed? He's really going to be pissed now.
On May 9th. The live special effects show has been at the park since it opened back in 1999.
I will tell you, did not even know it was there. Had no idea. I had no idea.
Officials say the closure will make way for exciting new experiences.
Any inside word on what could be going there, homie?
Are you guys looking for a tour?
I would love one.
Oh, that's not good. I'm not the tour guide.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm just the coffee person.
Okay.
But this is actually an opportunity I might be able to impress my boss real fast. You guys are looking for a tour. I've seen the tour like 6 or 7. I've seen it twice. So let's just start the tour and hope for the best.
Yeah, baby.
I have done this. This is a
bravo, outstanding.
Hey, by the way, it's going to get you nominated for a parky.
A parky. It's a very, very special attraction. It has given so many entertainers, including myself. My brother did it before me. I was always jealous.
Oh, it's like being a fireman.
I really wanted to land the role. I practiced. It's what got me to do stand-up comedy in the first place.
So
was
crazy.
Trying to land an actor role.
A lot of people who have worked at the parks for many, many years, and they've seen the progression of the rides come and go. And I bet I bet you get an attachment, and especially if you work at it. Hell, you did, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it today about how the great movie ride that you could see when you entered the park. I when I was working there, never imagined in a million years that it would no longer exist.
Right,
like,
yeah.
not even have a footprint anymore.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just completely gone. But,
Erased.
Star Wars land happened to come about. And so, yeah, you do see that progression. But there is that part of you that goes, oh man. There were so many good memories made there.
It's a really large part of Islands of Adventure. It is a stunning facade for a venue. It has,
Very cool.
I think it's had its time. However, it has given so many people opportunities, whether it be techs, whether it be actors, stage managers. It's
cool.
a very special venue.
And is it, as far as the island, is it connected to the Harry Potter?
This is
the
like
Potter Island?
Prime real estate for Islands of Adventure as well. It's in between Seuss Landing and Potter.
Oh, wow.
So it's like as you're approaching that, perfect place for Mario.
Loving it.
Mario. Just say Mario.
A Polk County woman and her daughter are especially grateful after a big win in the Florida lottery. Geraldine Gimblett of Lakeland recently claimed the $2 million top prize from the bonus cash word scratch-off game. Gimblett bought the ticket the day after her daughter completed her last treatment for breast cancer.
Oh, wow, really?
Now, according to the family, Geraldine used her life savings to pay for her daughter's treatments. Wow. And the day after she completes her last one, her mom wins $2 million.
Unbelievable, man.
She received her winnings as a lump sum payment of more than $1.6 million. And then finally, speaking of daughters, a Michigan family has welcomed a baby girl for the first time in how many years do you think?
Oh, you mean a family has only had boys for this long?
80 years.
80 years.
God, that's
Ross?
such a good guess. I think it may be more.
I'll take the under. I'll go 79.
Oh, Jimmy? Are you going to shoot the gap?
You know, I'll go 75 years.
Oh, it's 130 years.
Wow.
For the first time in over 130 years,
unbelievable.
a Michigan family has welcomed a baby girl. Little Audrey Clark is a unicorn unlike any other. She was born on St. Patrick's Day to Andrew and Carolyn Clark, and will have an incredible story for the rest of her life to tell. She's the first girl born to the Clark family since 1855.
That is
1885.
That is bananas. You think about the odds of that.
I mean, seriously. In fact, their firstborn was a son. So they just assumed as they started to expand their family, because it's what it's, I mean, it's been boys for 130 years.
This sounds like the beginning of a sweet anime, like she's the chosen one.
But seriously, her 4-year-old brother Cameron said, yeah, I'll punch those guys away in an effort to keep her safe all her life. Can you imagine how protected she's going to be? Woo.
I mean, how old is he? 4?
He's 4.
I'm 33.
I
So.
got
Oh,
I'm
Ross
with you.
can take him. So
I got
he
your
can-
back, dog.
He can get to that baby.
Well, with this kid's ass.
Why'd you word it like that?
Easy, Dalai Lama.
That's
Easy.
What are you doing?
Easy, Dolly.
Why are you fighting a 4-year-old?
How in
to
the
get
world?
to the baby?
How in the world did I make the joke of whooping the ass of a 4-year-old? Which I agree, a little aggressive.
Yeah.
And then Jack made it weird.
You made it weirder.
Yeah.
Weirder.
For you,
No, only the gong when you mentioned the Dalai Lama would have made it weirder. And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Check out the new feature on his website that lets him show you the broker difference. All you have to do is go to thatmortgageguydon.com. While you're there, click the compare quote button and upload your quote. I should have had a buzzer. Then he's going to interpret for you and tell you how much you're actually paying the bank or the retail lender for your loan. And then he's going to let you know if you can get a better deal. But if you already have a great deal, Don will tell you that too. It really is peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3-o'clock keyword is grand. There's still a few minutes. Go try to get that money right now. GRAND. Go do it at realradio.fm. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Help us help you fight the bot wars on your feed.
Surrender peacefully. Resistance is futile.
Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC. Hi, everybody. Good Tuesday to you. Jamie King here. Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather today. Mixed skies. Looks like a warmer afternoon overall. Upper 70s with a rain chance mainly after 8 o'clock this morning and beyond. At about 20 to 30%. A couple coastal showers blowing into the interior today. East-northeast winds at 10 to 20. Mostly cloudy, quiet, and dry late tonight. Lows to 66. On Wednesday, rain chance 30%. A warmer high 78. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a great day.
This report is sponsored by GetRefunds.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of growing your business? You know, it's tough out there to maintain momentum and still keep employees engaged. Insperity can help. They put 35 years of HR experience to work helping you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving your employees competitive benefit options. When your people thrive, your business can adapt and prosper. That means with Insperity, nothing is impossible. Scalable HR, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity. HR that makes a difference.
I've been buying wholesale cars for 27 years, and every year, the way I know the market has peaked is my Bradford pear tree blooms. This morning I looked, and it is bloomed. The market is peaking. If you want to sell your car, this is the highest time of the year to do it right now. Just beat a guy today. A CarMax offer $3,000. They offered him $75 on his Corvette. I gave him $78. Why? Because the tree told me to. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear. O'Reilly.
Replace your worn-out wiper blades and see the road better with help from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, save $10 on a pair of Trico Force wiper blades. O Rewards members get 4 times points and receive a $5 reward with purchase. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spring has sprung, and business is blooming. That means you could turn over a new leaf in a new Mitsubishi. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. And I'm so excited about our spring sale, I wet my plants. This week, I'll give you up to $4 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your old ride. So if the bloom is off the roads with your current car, buck up, Buttercup. In a 7-passenger, 5-star safety-rated 2023 Outlander starting at only $26,900. Or check out the 2023 Mirage, cleanest gas car in America. And for your peace of mind, all Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Do other dealers rake you through the mud over past credit mishaps? We're rooting for you. And our rates start at only $1.9. Plus, you could get way more than your car's worth and drive a nicer, newer car today. But hurry, this deal will get picked over soon. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2023. See dealer for details.
As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it, so you can plan on giving your child the best future possible. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
Now that the kids are getting older, we needed to get a fence installed because we don't want them wandering into the lake in our backyard, and we most certainly did not want the alligators crawling into our backyard either. So once we called, they came and they surveyed our yard, they showed us what the options were, and within a couple of weeks, they installed the fence and we were good to go. I'm glad we picked Fence Outlet. They did a really good job.
See for yourself. Go to fenceoutlet.com. That's fenceoutlet.com.
License number C-10252 and C-10803.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
This is very Daft Punky. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, we'll fire away. I'm all ears.
I think I told you guys this. This is my favorite part. This is from Chromeo. The name of the song is Fancy Footwork. No Chromeo, no dance party. No Chromeo, no dance party. I love them. I danced in front of my entire high school to this song.
A la Napoleon Dynamite.
There you go.
And that part that you just heard was my finale.
He wanted
Hey,
to...
very good.
Yeah.
There he is, Ross Padgett. Ready to get it up.
Yeah. So that last part that you just heard, I went ballistic on the dance floor. You could not stop me.
Just a whole bunch of Running Mans and stuff.
Oh, man. I was getting it.
Wasn't that the dance competition where you you beat a special needs student?
No,
that was a different time.
We're trying to make
I'm
you
undefeated.
forget his desire to beat up very small children and
Or
possibly do other things.
Yeah, or special needs people.
Yeah. However,
Thank you, Dalai Lama.
However, it was an international festival, so Ross just wanted to find a way where he could dance in front of everybody to show off what cool moves he has. And so...
You know, when you put it like that, I think I'm a loser.
Yeah, it sounds douchey, right?
One of the guys in Chromeo is from Canada, so he was representing Canada by being able to dance in that song.
Yeah. I straight killed it. It got me 0 ladies.
Yeah, no action at all, huh?
But, I definitely, it was really cool.
No video?
I think no, my brother recorded it.
God, really? I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Chase.
It was
So would Orlando.
A high school me. I put on glasses at the end.
Were you
and
about the
then
same
I just
size?
Cut a rug.
Were you about the same size in high school?
I was definitely skinnier.
Yeah. Oh, you were skinnier.
Yeah, I would say so.
Were you as tall?
Yeah, I would say.
All right, very good.
And then what made it really special is that I would dance at high school parties all the time.
All right.
So then they saw it at high school.
It's a weird king.
Yeah.
Wait, were you paid to dance at high school parties?
No, but they did ask me to perform / dance at prom.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And then they gave me a pair of prom tickets for free.
That's awesome. That's like $160 or something. It's in prom like almost $100 a person now.
I think it was $60.
And can I tell you something? For $100, it's the lamest party you'll ever go to for $100.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Oh,
prom sucked.
You didn't let. Oh,
yeah. Here's
someone
the
got
thing.
his heart broken.
It was just. It's so expensive. When my kids started going, I have mostly girls. Well, guess what? You gotta buy dresses and corsages and all the stuff. And man, and then to get in, it's like I think the girls, all of their proms were like $85 or more, and they held them at like ballrooms. I mean, they're pretty nice places. And I guess that's where all the money went. And I think there was food at one, but I mean, like I couldn't believe how expensive it was.
So you are anti-prom because of the price.
I went once. I mean, you know, obviously I'm just bitching and moaning. I mean, prom, you got to do it. But I mean, you're paying for 3 of them is no fun with all this, you know, shiny dresses and whatnot.
Yeah,
one tux. I actually don't even know if my son went.
Oh man, I danced.
Oh, he did, yeah.
I danced so
Yeah.
hard, but at the time I was really uncomfortable dancing with women.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I just didn't know what the rules were. Or I didn't know what I could touch and what I couldn't.
Oh, you were going to smack ass first dance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, that's not good.
So you dance with the guys instead?
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to dance. I just started dancing by myself, and I was like, "Yo, I can pop and I can lock."
How many proms you go to, Jack?
Just the one.
Just the one, the senior prom.
Yeah.
Did you go to prom? Oh, well, do they have proms when?
They did. I went to the one my senior year, my junior year. No.
Okay, so hold on now. In a Catholic school, it's all girls.
But there were 2 Catholic boys' schools.
Oh, I see. So you guys did it to. They would allow you guys to go to prom together.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I don't know how. What I mean, I watch the movies. It's strict.
I kind of agree.
I don't know. I don't know.
It wasn't Dirty Dancing or anything.
I watch movies. They don't let you touch. They don't let you even see each other. My God, you can't even go on the same property.
You definitely have not known many Catholic girls. I can tell you that.
Well, I know Catholic girls, but I also know nuns.
Whoa.
Not like that, though. But you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, like, I didn't think that, I'm
still laughing over Deb going, God, what an idiot.
That's not a dumb question. I mean, did you guys think that Catholic high schools allowed, like, boys and girls to be, like, together in prom and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
I mean, you go to school with all girls. What makes me think just one day a year they're going to let them at you? You know what I'm saying?
And it was so funny.
Release the hounds.
You think the dangerous ones were the boys.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite part of this every single time. It's like, oh, those delicate flowers, you have to protect them. Okay, yeah.
We feel that way because we've started every war.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We have another keyword for you coming up here in just 1 second. Plus, what'd you do that's new on the other side of this? Back with Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon as you travel east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535 and between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. No major delays right now if you're taking the 408. Traffic still moving well if you're taking the Turnpike north or southbound this afternoon. If you see any traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Here's what I know. If you own a home and the bathrooms are bad, the whole house feels bad. Even if you have just one, especially if it's your guest bathroom. It's just so weird, man, because it's just a weird vibe altogether. Look, and the rest of your house can be perfect. Like, you spend all your time and money getting that done. You get to that bathroom and you just stop right at the threshold of the door. You're like, oh, God, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to do this. It's going to take forever and cost so much money. Everybody tells me what a nightmare it is hiring a contractor. I just don't want to deal with it. I'll put it off another year and another year. Man, make this the year that you don't put it off. Get with Rebath in Mid-Florida and get that new bathroom you're going to love. It's so easy to find their showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. Those are there just to show you what the products look like, because every bathroom at Rebath is a custom bathroom, which means the products that you see there is what they use to make your bathroom ideas come to life, and that's what they do. With their design team, your ideas, they have everything it takes to make the bathroom perfect, including natural stone like travertine and marble. Hop onto the website, book your appointment. Your new bathroom's right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices the meat and cheese for your sub right in front of you. It's a work of art. Think Michelangelo's David. But honestly, David, if I have to wear a shirt and shoes, you could put on some pants. At least my Italian sub is perfectly dressed. Secondly, David is 522 years old, but Jersey Mike's subs are freshly sliced every time, brand new. It's an inspiration to hungry, pants-wearing people everywhere. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
International Diamond Center's store-wide spring sale is happening. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Save up to 20% store-wide and get up to 36 months zero-interest financing. Don't miss this once-a-year sale. Not this weekend, but next weekend at International Diamond Center.
AARP Florida is providing research to protect you and your family through all stages of life. Recently, AARP and the University of South Florida produced a study of the history of Florida's nursing home staffing standards that examined the relationship between high-quality nursing homes and staffing requirements. Florida families deserve peace of mind that those in nursing homes receive high-quality care, and AARP has committed to be a watchdog on this issue. Read the full report at aarp.org/FL. That's aarp.org/FL.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Speak to the experts at Fence Outlet about their fence in a box with prepackaged material for 4 popular styles, including posts, caps, hardware, and cement. Your fence project has never been easier. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rockstar nurses. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Order your Hummer EV at OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, fun. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
I do believe it's called Ochopee. It's right outside of Everglades City, and my brother is the postmaster.
Wow.
There's only one.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Your 4 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. $1,000. We gave $1,000 to Dave yesterday, and that's awesome. Contacting our egg winner today, she sent me an email this morning to get her on the air this week, to get her in here to get her certificate and get her big green egg, and we'll close up this year's search your ace off. Let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new? Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. What'd you do that's new? If you're just joining the show, we rotate weeks. This week we have Ross on board. He chooses something for the remaining show members to watch, read, or listen to. Then we'll go to the next person, which is me this week, and I'll suggest something as well. Then we'll move forward. The master list is at JimColbertLive.com if you want to follow along. Ross?
Kingsman. The Secret Service, I believe, is the full title of the film.
Yes.
Yep.
Is one of my favorite franchises for me and my wife. We kind of fell in love over, a certain amount of films.
What's the first thing this thing came out? Like the first one was like 15, 16, somewhere along there? Maybe even earlier?
Yeah, around.
Yeah, okay.
There's a fight scene in that first Kingsman movie that if you've seen it, you've never forgot it. And if you haven't seen it, you're about to hear us talk about it, and you should watch it. It's at least worth a good YouTube and 5 minutes of your life. It's a perfect fight scene. I know that you guys watched it without context.
It doesn't really have to have any context, really. It doesn't.
You just want to see some really cool fighting, some really cool stunts in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, he's in an area with a bunch of people that are obviously the bad guys, and then he just goes ham.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. The alert going off on everyone's cell phone and then them all reacting the same kind of made me go, maybe that TikTok ban's okay.
Yeah.
So, and that is the premise of the movie, is that Samuel L. Jackson, who's the villain of the film, is the company who creates every cell phone SIM card. And then he bugs the SIM card to have them all go mental insane. So they're all underneath kind of this
trance.
How much fun is this scene?
It's frenetic is what it is.
Do
you know what that means?
No, it sounds like
imagine being on a bicycle and there is a gigantic mountain and it's like grass covered with some rocks and stuff, and you wheel off to the corner of the side of that thing and you're going down the hill and you're just holding on for dear life and everything's shaking and it's like crazy as F. That's frenetic.
Fast and energetic in a wild and rather uncontrolled way.
Yeah, almost like the stock market floor when it's going nuts.
And then mission accomplished, because I bet you that's what they're shooting for, with some frenetic vibes, but everything is choreographed right down to the square inch. The editing is what makes this fight scene.
So what's on JimColbertLive.com right now? If you go there, you can click right through to the YouTube videos. I suggest obviously watching the scene from the movie, which is broken out.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes.
Right, and then the making of that scene is the next video, which is another 4 to 6 minutes or something like that. So it's a grand total. It's under 15 minutes. And it is like I thought that I saw this movie, but I did not. I think I saw either the second or third one of these then, because I do not remember seeing this scene before. And I have to tell you, if I'm going to go ahead and go first here, man, I just could not believe how violent it was.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this was not even a rated R movie, right?
No, it was.
It is a rated R movie?
Yes.
I was going to say, I thought it was a PG-13 thing for some reason, but it is like...
Remind you of a middle school classroom?
Yeah. Just kicks it right off, just point blanking right in the face a woman. Like that's what starts the fight. He just shoots a person right directly into the face.
Well, after tells her.
But it doesn't matter why. I'm just saying that happens, and then it just gets... And my whole thing is like, oh, wow. So they're kicking the party off at the point blank execution. Where are they going to go from here? And then, buddy, let me tell you, they go everywhere. I mean,
everywhere.
Everybody gets killed with everything that can kill somebody, and then some things that maybe shouldn't kill somebody. It is bananas. But it's so funny because we'll get to this in a second. The one thing that you talked to me about before the show, the aspect of it that you enjoyed as well, is the first thing I noticed, that the edits were very hard to find. So if you're watching a scene that you knew took, weeks of choreography and stunt work and stuff, and they made it seem pretty seamless in 4.5 minutes. It was pretty darn good. And then to find out it was supposed to be 6.5 minutes of that, I couldn't have taken it.
Yeah, I know, but how they handled that without editing any of the actual fight scene was fascinating.
It really was, because there's a whole fight scene going around the fight scene.
I'm with you. I can see the artistry, like Ross said, but it did require a little bit of suspension of, ooh, ow. Although the one scene where he takes out 3 with one pike, I thought, now that I hadn't thought of. That's pretty clever.
And that like there's a point where he kills 3 people with a single spear, essentially. And that's the moments for me that I'm like, I am having so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's like a shish kebab.
This is so over the top that I don't come close to the feeling of, watching. I've seen far less gorier scenes that have made me feel
creepier. Yeah, because the context is everything. Obviously, this happens in a very well-lit area. There's no boo or scare or anything like that. It's just a guy going absolutely ape-s in a room with people and killing people in any way, shape, or form that can be killed.
But it also shows the level of skill for them to be able to have this kind of scene that looks like it's just one single continuous shot. I mean, 100 actors, 100 stunt performers, 7 days.
You can't believe that nobody got really hurt.
No, you cannot.
Right.
You simply cannot.
You can't think that somebody didn't get very hurt on that set.
Because it's such a it's literally 100-person choreography happening at the exact same time while they're filming. It's not like you can do retakes or recuts. Right. I found it as gory and as shockingly gory as it is. It was also shockingly well put together and orchestrated, choreographed. It was beautiful in a way.
And ballet. And for that reason, that's why the making of that scene, the second video, is just as good, if not better, than the other, because it's so fascinating on what they were able to accomplish on film. And one of the things that stood out to me, I'm watching, I'm like, oh, that's Colin Firth. And then this is going on. I'm like, wait, is that really Colin Firth?
I know.
Because at his age, which when the time they did that, Jimmy, he was our age.
Yeah.
Our age now.
Middle 50s.
Yeah, is when he did that. And
he did not look that. He looked like he was 42.
I thought he did amazing.
Yeah.
It was an amazing effort by him and the other 100, actors, stunt actors in that piece.
And I think
and the other thing, real quick, I find so interesting is when you are in a confined space and then the goal is they try and get, how creative can we get with the kills using what's around us?
Yeah.
How many different things can we turn into a weapon?
And that I thought was kind of creepy when they talk about that stunt performer that is the one that kind of came up with a lot of the kill ideas, and he kind of stretched the envelope for him. I thought, ugh.
It had a weirder thing because Colin Firth is so clean and dad-like. Like,
British.
Like clean uncle. Yes, British. Yeah. So he's like this. And then he's just whipping ass. His coat never gets unbuttoned.
I know.
Like his hair never moves.
And all over Freebird.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the second
awesome.
thing I paid attention to. I'm like, this is working really well.
Yeah.
I'm like, Freebird. And I found myself doing the solo in the air. I'm like playing air guitar. And like all these people are dying. And I'm like, this is the greatest.
I was like 2 weeks ago, and I'll end it with this. 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I haven't watched that fight scene in such a long time. I put it on. I watched all of it. I then watched it again because I just could not get over. Man, what a fun. It's a timeless scene. I think it's going to be around for a while. People will always talk about the church fight scene in the first Kingsman movie.
Yeah, I could not watch it another 10 seconds. If it would have gone on for another 10 seconds, I would have had to God, man, I had to take a break.
I
just felt like I got my ass whipped by it. That's the one thing is I thought it was a little too long at 4.5 minutes of that. And then we'll find out it was supposed to be 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought was very, very clever in the making of video was how they talk about, considering the level of violence and the frenetic nature of what's happening in the room, how they occasionally cut away.
Yeah.
To like Sam Jackson saying something, or to this other person making a comment, or to somebody else like watching, or some other person. They take enough time away to give you a break from it because they know how insane it is to watch something like that for 4.5 minutes. Because it is, man.
It's tough.
Mean, after a while, you're like, okay, I get it. Like everybody's gonna wind up dying today.
All right,
and it's just brutal.
I have to ask though, did you have a favorite kill?
I mean, point blank to the face.
Yeah, you like that. The first,
just the very first one. She's up there bitching at him. He just Just point blank, dude. Just puts it right on her forehead. Just straight up no country for old men her ass. I mean, just black, gone. I mean, it was just like, I was like, oh, it's on. I guess he's shooting everybody then. Because it's not like that church is going to go, okay, she was kind of a pain in the ass.
I'm a big fan of the grenade in the guy's pocket.
Oh, the flame torch to the face, all that stuff. I mean, it's good.
Hey, the one pike, 3 people.
Axe.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that axe.
The axe. How about the guy in the end sliding down?
Oh, yeah, the book. The guy who got crunched who's scorpioned into the podium.
Jack, you seem like you would be a knife in the eye guy.
That I like that, and also the guy who actually stabbed him in the back, the way he pulled him in closer, and then he kind of
that was your favorite.
Well, that knife in the eye guy hits him in the eye. He's standing there freaking out like, oh God, I just got a knife in the eye.
Yeah.
Colin Firth turns around, kills somebody else, and then grabs the knife out of that dude's eye and stabs that guy in the neck.
He's like, wait, I'm not done with
this.
this.
I was like, this guy's efficient.
It's so good. It's so good.
All right, well, check it out. JimColbertLive.com. You can see the videos right there. Just click right through, and we'll take a little break and come back, and I'll tell you what I've got for you guys right after this. It's very interesting, by the way.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Clausman, KLAESNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Clausman, ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic remains slow in the usual spots on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound, down by the major attractions exits. Looking at stop-and-go delays right now on the 408 due to a crash blocking 2 lanes westbound near John Young Parkway. Traffic is stop-and-go from the OBT exit. If you happen to see any other traffic problems this afternoon, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need an oil change short on time? You can drive in a Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in the comfort of your car and get a quality oil change all in about 15 minutes. It's that easy. Save up to 50% at GetYourOilChange.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Marco's Pizza.
International Diamond Center's store-wide spring sale is happening. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Save up to 20% store-wide and get up to 36 months zero-interest financing. Don't miss this once-a-year sale. Not this weekend, but next weekend at International Diamond Center.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus zero down, zero interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Because I don't like asking my family for help.
Because paying utility bills on time beats paying reconnection fees.
Am's got cash advance up to $500. No credit checks. Get started at amscot.com. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
What do fans of country music and exclusive deals have in common? A chance to rock out with country's biggest superstars. Check this month's Valpak Blue envelope for your chance to win a trip to the iHeart Country Festival. Scan the QR code to stream an iHeart Country station. Then listen for details on how to enter the sweepstakes. You could win $100 instantly just by opening your envelope. Head to your mailbox to learn more today. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. See specially marked Valpak envelopes or valpak.com for details.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
What's going on, Jim Colbert Show? It's Concrete Mike. So, Jimmy, these Catholic schools, they are mixed. It's not just girls. Where I grew up in upstate New York, the Catholic high school that was down the road from my high school, they were our rivals, and there was many brawls involved amongst the boys from both schools after hours. And we took all their girlfriends because they were little freaks because they were so caged up and held up.
Yeah.
They wanted to have fun and party.
If I leave here tomorrow.
This is not the part during the fight scene. This is when it kicks in and starts kind of galloping a bit. That's the part they use.
The guitar solo.
Yeah, it's damn good. All right, 407-916-1041. 4 o'clock keyword is fun. F-U-N. That's all you have to do is just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Gave $1,000 away yesterday in the 3 o'clock hour to our buddy Dave. So far, the only winner here on WTKS Real Radio. We would like to add some more, though. Fun is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Yo.
Jack is with us as well.
Hi there.
So is Ross.
It's true.
Just got through with What'd You Do That's New. A fine choice from Ross with that fight scene from
Kingsman.
From the Kingsman, which is great. You can see both of those videos, a total of less than probably 12 minutes or so at JimColbertLive.com. All right, so I have this for you, and then we can move on. So we'll go over this next week. Now, it's really easy. I'm not going to explain the video because it'll kind of give it away. But the video I have chosen for you guys is a very interesting story about a small town in Pennsylvania called Centralia. All right, and that's all I'm going to tell you. It's got a very unique history, and there's a reason why it's very famous. Centralia. All right. It's about I think it's about a 12-minute long video or whatever.
I love how close you get on these. It's 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 7 minutes or longer. So
your poor wife.
Exactly what I
your
just said.
Your poor wife. Oh, it was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The best love making.
Well, here's the thing. I looked at about 15 of them, and I had to get the right one that had everything I wanted. How dare you say that about my love making?
Well, you don't double up the time.
You don't know what she says. It's usually through tears. Either way.
Good tears or bad tears?
But buddy, bad. Would good tears be funny?
Good. I mean,
good tears would not be funny, would it?
No.
Okay.
But it would make you sound like a gorilla.
All right, 407. I'm fine with my sexuality. I'm fine with how I do it. I'm good, I guess. I don't know.
But you still won't install that bidet.
Huh?
You still won't install that bidet.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that yet.
What do you think is your best attribute?
In what, buddy? Are you asking me what my best attribute in lovemaking is?
There we go, the dad side, Jack.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Oh.
Come on, man. I mean, I'm not going to say that. Are you kidding? There's two people involved in that equation. I don't want to disrespect my wife.
Okay. I don't know. Just trying to learn some tricks.
Yeah, it's definitely the back hump, though. No, I'm joking. All right.
JimColbertLive.com. You click on, we just updated the master list for 2023. At the very top is Jim's pick on this town in Pennsylvania, and the link right there for YouTube. Less than 8-minute video, and you can watch it at your leisure.
Yeah.
That's what we'll talk about next week.
You bet we will. And the funny thing is, if I tell you anything about the video, it'll kind of give it away. It's kind of a cool story.
Well, yeah. We are going to talk about this next week. However, Jim won't be here to hear it.
Yeah, I won't be here to hear it. So there is, I love these auctions. I love covering these things because I love to get a base number of what we think is going to happen and to kind of figure it out when they do wind up selling it. But something is coming up for auction. It's a movie memorabilia, piece of memorabilia. And I have to tell you, this is something that I would be very interested in.
Oh, is this a hint for your birthday?
It's from a movie. No, you're not going to be able to buy it. It's from a movie. From a genre that I really love.
Spaghetti westerns.
It's an older movie. The star of this movie is still relevant to this day. His career was rejuvenated in the 90s.
Oh, got it.
Travolta?
Got it. Travolta's white suit from Saturday Night Fever.
That's exactly the answer.
Whoa!
The monochromatic ensemble is expected,
Go ahead, Jack.
is expected to fetch a certain amount of money at this auction when it comes up. The Hollywood Classic and Contemporary Sale by Julian's Auctions and Turner Classic Movies. They own this from April 22nd to the 23rd. They're going to give an auction out, and one of the items is John Travolta's actual white suit from the movie Saturday Night Fever, which, of course, spurned one of the most successful albums in the history of American music. I think it's the fifth.
And the genre, just what it's done, culturally is amazing.
Actually, what's even crazier about it, Jack, is disco really wasn't along that long. It was only around for like maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
But it produced one of the most listened to and purchased albums in the history of music. I think that is either 5th or 6th on the all-time best-selling album list ever. Zeppelin, Beatles, Elvis, all of those albums, it's right there.
It's amazing. I'm sure many actors have movies that in the middle of their career where they credit that with relaunching their career. But it's funny, you can say just saying an actor who rebirthed his career in the 90s, and Ross and I immediately knew it was Pulp Fiction, and it's Travolta.
It's Travolta. Yeah. I mean, you can't really. I don't know that you can say that.
How important that movie is to him.
I don't know that you could say that about any other actor and have it be that monumental to their career, where you can mention one role, one genre like that, and you guys both know exactly what I was talking about. So, what do you think they think it's going to get? It's expected to fetch at least this much money.
$210,000.
I'll go $750,000.
$1.25 million.
Wow, that's funny. Ross almost nails it right off the bat. Only $200,000.
Really?
I really was kind of surprised about that because it's so iconic. It's got the album behind it. That image is one of the most. I mean, that album cover image is one of the most. I mean, it's one of the most famous movie images stills of all time.
Yes.
You know that's not fair, right, Jim?
What, buddy?
He's giving me chode dings again.
Well, I mean, it's 200. You guessed 210. You're wrong.
Yeah, and then
you were close,
but I was the closest.
Well, I mean, theoretically, if I'm being honest, or you think you should get a ding for just getting close? That's it, right?
I just want a ding.
Well, a half a ding?
No, not half a
ding.
ding.
You want a full ding?
I want full ding. I'm worthy of full ding.
I've said that too.
Oh my!
What is that?
Well, oh my God, that was a muted.
That was
ding.
a drowning ding.
You complained about getting half a ding, so I gave you a second half. So together, it's a ding.
They call that a Chinese ding. In other words, you start to say something, and the government shuts you down.
I see you, Jack. I see you.
All right.
It's your participation trophy.
I just want what I deserve.
So Deb guessed $1.5 million. So hopefully somebody will come through and be really hot on Saturday Night Fever.
You gonna put in a bit?
No, God, I don't know. I mean, if it was, if it was like, I don't know, $40 or so.
I would love to see you put that thing on.
That's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. He's actually a tall guy. Like, probably the length wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I mean, he was really skinny back then. One of the nicest guys in the world, too. I've told you the story about an electrician, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
He helped out.
Yeah, I mean, buddy over in Ormond Beach, when he lived over at Spruce Creek, my buddy's an electrician. He was working on a house in the area. It was torrential downpour. The line they had to pull from the power source to this house, because it had like a hanger and a bunch of other stuff, was a combined wire that is all put into one piece of silicone. So it's a bunch of wires in there. He said every foot of that wire weighed like 15 pounds.
Oh.
And he's a slight fella. He's not a big guy. And his help wasn't there. And he was lugging this up this driveway, trying to get this power up to this house. It was just absolutely pouring rain. And Travolta is driving into his driveway, and he sees my buddy sitting there doing that. And he rolls his window down and says, you got your hands full there, pal. And he goes, well, why don't you get out here and help me? You're just kind of joking. And Travolta, in a brand new suit, pulls his car into the driveway, gets out, and sits out there in the rain in that suit and helps him pull that wire.
Well, he asked,
there's like story after story after story of that guy like that. Like just people running into him in the grocery store over there in that Tampa area where he lives. And back when his wife was still alive, and they would just be there in the grocery store, no big deal. Nobody shopping for him, nothing like that. I think that's cool.
That's very cool.
All right, 407-916-1041. There's a new term in dating. You guys want to know what it is?
Mako sharkin.
No. It's one word. It's one word. And it ends in ing. It's an action. Kind of odd action. I mean, you're not going to guess it.
Crapnin.
No, go. This is crapnin.
Crapnin.
The new trend. The new trend is called fizzling.
What's crapnin?
Fizzling. Fizzling is the new term, guys. You want to know?
I'm sure I've done it.
What do you think fizzling is in dating?
It's when you like half-ass commit to stuff and like the relationship. You're kind of in it. You'll go out on a date
fizzles
because
out.
You know it's gonna pay out by the end of the night.
It's almost like quiet quitting.
It's exactly,
but for dating.
That's exactly what it is. Could you imagine? Like, if here's the thing, that's a guy thing for sure. Like, girls don't do that, right? They wouldn't fizzle. They would just be like, I don't want to see you anymore.
No, I don't know. I
No?
would say they would fizzle.
I think guys are more fizzlers than this because they don't want any confrontation.
People who are conflict avoidant might opt for this.
The new dating trend is a more passive aggressive and yet seems to be causing a lot more pain. It's called fizzling, sort of like when you crack open a can of soda and then just leave it there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely it just
It's gonna
turns
die.
flat.
I'm going to make you break up with me.
And that's exactly what this is. You basically just start losing interest. You return text a lot less quickly. You return phone calls a lot less quickly. You don't go as many dates. And the next thing you know, nothing.
Yeah,
Which is called being
the common thing.
ghosted.
The common thing is, people start kind of quitting on the relationship because they don't want to be the bad guy to end the relationship.
Right. And this is a Fox News story, and I love it when Fox tries to be kind of, cool and stuff. It says the pain from being fizzled can leave a person confused and even more frustrated than being ghosted.
Oh, no.
Because of the nature of which it's done. The fizzler, they say, has oftentimes already made up their mind about wanting to end things, but instead of doing so, they put the other person on the back burner until something better comes around. Oh, God, it's even worse.
Yeah,
you take her off. Oh yeah, you take her off the hot burner and you put her back there on number one. Just keep her warm. Keep her in the warming train until you find something better. Then you just kind of stop communicating altogether. Oh, that's dirty.
I think that's called dating.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, that's dating.
It says that can cause insecure attachment issues for the person being fizzled. Come on, man. I mean, everything doesn't have to have a name. You just look, they're just not interested and they're being nice. Isn't fizzling almost kind of being nice? Instead of just going, I don't want to see you anymore.
It's
like
passive aggressive.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean,
let's ask Jack.
Jack, this is your dojo.
This is your dojo, Jack. Tell us more, Sensei.
I can happily say that I am not a fizzler.
You're not a fizzler?
Nor a fizzler shall I want to be. But it was my favorite candy in my Easter basket this year. Fizzlers.
Now, look, if this confirms, the doctor confirms, most people are doing it because they're scared. They don't want to hurt the other person. And that's what a love and relationship coach says. They're trying, in other words, letting you down easy.
Well, that's the bad thing about, breakups is that you still like the person. You just don't like the idea of us.
Right.
That would be a harsh breakup speech right there. Yeah.
That is not a way to deliver a message, buddy. If you said that to me, I'd probably punch you.
Well, we're not dating.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not a girl.
You broke up?
But what I'm saying is, if you said that, I think that would be even more hurtful than just kind of it's slowly losing interest.
You guys let me know if you ever figure out a way to deliver good news during a breakup.
Well,
you can't.
Well, you do the what's the standard? Oh, it's not you, it's me thing.
Yeah, and then
I'm not good at that. I never really broke up with that many people.
It's not good.
Not easy.
It's bad news.
Yeah.
It's the end, and it sucks.
It does.
I had one really bad one, a breakup. Well, actually, yeah, one really, really bad one.
Was this the one from high school?
Yeah, that
the
was
girl
the one
that
from
you
high
broke
school.
up with.
Yeah,
to
because
go party.
Yeah, so I could go party. Why? I wish you would remember some stuff.
Yeah, right.
You want me to keep
Man, I
going?
really wish you
Earlier
would.
on the show,
It's
she was
amazing
like,
what you remember.
Earlier on the show, she was like, how Ross and his household with the coconut husk, and I'm
Right.
like, how does she?
It's unbelievable. She's been in his house twice in like 5
Once.
years.
Once, yeah.
But he talks about it.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's
but
the
you
fact
don't
that
have to
it's the fact
listen.
that you remember it was so little information, and so it's so fleeting, but yet it just
No.
it's engraved in the side of your skull.
That's it's like the song lyric thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You guys will like the beat, but the lyrics,
It just really underscores how much the rest of us do not pay attention.
Yeah,
That's all.
1,000 trillion
That-
percent.
That's our problem with your memory.
That's the only superpower I have. Just listen.
You know what the thing is?
Pay attention.
I should start talking to you to find out what I've said.
Oh,
because
go
I have
ahead.
I have a hard time remembering something I've
Okay.
said. I was like, Deb, what did I say?
What would you like me to tell
No,
you?
stop. I don't
Can
know.
you imagine her poor fiance?
Oh,
I bet he
my
never wins.
God, he never wins an argument.
Never
Sure he
wins.
does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
When's the last time you guys argued, and what did he win the argument over? What could he possibly argue with you about?
Well, let's talk about your kitchen sink.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that what
is that something you argued over?
Is that a euphemism? What was that?
No, we didn't argue very much over the kitchen sink. That was
So what do you argue? What do you guys bicker about? Because I just don't ever see you guys getting in a fight ever. Like I see Ross fighting all the time because his wife is fiery.
But like he said, it's just like your best times don't really tell you anything, right? It's how you handle your worst times. And the last time we started a squabble, it was over something stupid.
Which was?
I can't even remember. That's how
you
stupid.
can't remember that.
Oh, come on.
You can't
Well,
remember
let me,
that.
Well, let me toss it around there.
You remember the last 4 of my social. But you don't remember. Okay.
But then it was like, let's just stop.
Yeah.
Let's just stop. Because it's not going to go anywhere. We're not going to solve it.
Yeah, my wife does not have that. Let's
We're
just stop gear.
Because we're just gonna it's just gonna escalate, and we're gonna continue to say things that are gonna anger the other one, and then the damage is gonna be worse than whatever the hell started it. So let's just stop.
And that's
but that doesn't make
that's
it go
him winning.
But
No, but choose your battles. You know,
Absolutely.
that statement of choose your battles. What hill do you really want to die on? And this argument just wasn't enough for me to want to even put any more energy into it, much less the. And I hate that idea that he can never win or.
Oh yeah, that's that's not the case. I'm just saying. What I was saying is it had nothing really to do with who wins or doesn't win in your house. I just can't imagine what you two argue about. I just can't imagine. I mean, you guys seem to be so perfectly kind of welded together. It just doesn't really seem that you guys would have anything to fight about.
Oh, we've had fights before, and trust me, Chris is a very nice guy, but he's the first person who will put me in my place.
Oh, really?
And has no fear doing it.
Really?
But he does it nicely.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. That's the biggest
what they fought
misconception.
over.
No, that's the biggest misconception. That's the thing I love about him. He is a nice guy, but when he isn't, he isn't. And it's full bore. It's like, you go get him, babe.
See, I'm
Even
nice
if
guy.
it's me.
I'm nice all the time. That's the problem.
But see, that's the thing that a lot of.
Ross?
Yeah.
No. Oh, Jim Colbert show. You're talking. Let me. Oh. Yeah, Deb.
You like somebody.
What? Sorry, I was taking a phone call. Did I miss
Jimmy,
something?
what did you say?
I just said that I'm nice all the time.
Jim Colbert show. You're talking to Ross. You want me to put you on hold? Yeah, I'll put you on hold.
When is the last time I've been mean to you? When have I ever been mean to you? I'm not talking to you. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your forecast. As we head into the evening hours tonight, you can expect partly cloudy skies. Wake-up temperatures for your Wednesday will be in the mid-60s. Afternoon highs reaching the upper 70s. We are going to be seeing more clouds, and after 2 p.m., the chance for some isolated showers at 30% coverage. Could be a bit breezy as well, but rain chances will be on the rise throughout the day Thursday. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 4/15. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where prints are perfect, guaranteed.
This month, utility companies raised the rate another 4%. And guess what? They're thinking about doing it again. But you can stop going along with these rate increases and finally go solar with Solar Bear. Solar Bear, the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state. They're also locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors, only their employees. That's a giant plus. Just visit solarbear.com today and get your free estimate. Find out what they can do for you. It really is amazing. Check it out. And right now, 0 down, 0% interest and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill and say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Come on, Deb, Wisconsin. They've got Paul Bunyan with his big blue ox Babe. And there's the house on the hill. Isn't there, what's his name? The famous architect. He's in there too.
Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a house up there. But there's the house on the hill. You know? Or the house on the cliff, something like that. But Paul Bunyan.
There you go.
And Babe.
Okay, we got it.
It's from Fargo, North Dakota, you know.
It's two cities and they're only pipes and chains and swinging hands. Who's your daddy? Yes, I am. Fat cat came to play.
Is this Squirrel Nut Zippers?
It is not.
Oh,
But-
wow, really?
Yeah,
Is it Zoot Suit Riot or
Right.
whatever it is? Or
That's the song
Right.
by Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
There you go.
But as I hear it, I was imagining Squirrel Nut Zippers as well.
There you go. All right. 407-916-1041. Text us. 77031. 4 o'clock keyword. You got about 10 minutes left. It's fun. FUN. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance to win $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Deb, this is a story out for your heart. I actually pulled this last week to talk about because, I didn't realize how big of a business this was. But it is a really big business. This woman in Castleberry said last week she was out there in her front yard hanging out. She goes for walks with her little doggies all the time.
Little pups.
Little French bulldogs.
Oh, Frenchies.
Cornelius and, Cornelius and Chanel.
Just named the AKC top dog breed,
That's right.
overtaking the Labrador Retriever for the first time in like 47 years.
Oh, yeah. They go everywhere. This is they're kind of celebrities in the neighborhood because they walk around with her. They were leashed out in front of her home for about 20 minutes while she did something, and somebody walked right up and grabbed both of them.
That's why it's so important when you're a Frenchie owner or a Frenchie breeder. Those are very expensive, trendy dogs, and now that they're AKC number one, it's even more, I hate to say it, dangerous.
Let me tell you what, man, I never thought in a million years you would have to pay attention to, especially if you have a small, very kind of gettable animal, how much you have to pay attention to that, because they will steal the blank out of them too. And if they're a girl, it's even more susceptible for crime because of the breeding aspect.
If she hasn't already been spayed.
Right.
But this is a particular problem because they're Frenchie. Again, Paris Hilton's dog walker was shot while her dog walker was taking her Frenchies out. You have a breeder in South Florida who I believe was murdered over trying to get a hold of her Frenchies.
Well, the Lady Gaga dogs, remember?
Oh, that's it. Wasn't
the Lady Gaga's in New York, and that case actually just got closed because somebody was killed over that.
But it really is any dog, because for the Frenchies, they're looking to sell them or breed them. But for someone who has a purebred golden or any other dog they'll use for bait dogs, it's just not a good idea to leave your animal outside because people will take them for all kinds of nefarious reasons.
And we all have little bitties. Like, I don't think anybody's going to steal my dog. She's not purebred. She's a beautiful little dog or whatever, but Zelda.
Oh, you think they would steal Zelda?
Well, she's the most adorable little Pomeranian you've ever seen in your life.
Papillon?
Papillon, I'm sorry.
Thanks, dude.
No, it started with a P.
I mean, she listens.
but she's adorable.
Yeah,
like she would be a target, and she's very friendly as well.
So is your dog.
Yeah, she is. And I mean, my dog, I've actually told my wife, I said, we have to keep an eye on her at all times because she's not had a negative experience with a human at all. Like nobody's ever spanked her or popped her or anything like that. So she just runs right up to everybody. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at it. I was like, man, so Zelda might actually get stolen. You know, she is very cute, very gettable. And then I thought about my other dog, and I was like, no one's stealing that.
No.
And then I thought about the one time that my dog that sucks, Hazel, not Zelda, she got out of the house, and Zelda started barking by the front door. My neighbor pulled up into my driveway, and my dog jumped out of the passenger seat.
Oh, my God almighty.
And I was like, what is happened? What happened? What?
What the?
And somebody left her out. I will leave that person nameless. And blocks away.
Does it rhyme with pissed off?
Oh, no. But my dog jumped into the passenger seat and was like,
Unbelievable.
let's ride.
Man, I would,
I get this. I know what's going down now.
We used to, my son's dog is this mixed breed, like bulldog, like, you know, like all these dogs. The one with the black eye you see all the time, that, the butch dog or whatever. He's like a pit bull. He's all muscle and dumb. Oh, so dumb. Won't come to you. If he catches a scent of something, he'll run into it. I mean, just dumb. And we had to watch him for like a weekend, and this son of a bitch kept getting out, and I kept yelling at him, somebody's going to steal you. And then my wife was like, nobody's stealing that dog. That dog is the safest dog in the history of dogs.
Is he neutered?
Well, he was neutered and everything like that, but he used to get out all the time. I've never known anybody have their dog like napped, stolen. She's offering a $3,500 reward. And that's probably the cost of just one of them, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think now the pure breeds, especially the toy dogs, the smaller breeds, man, I don't even know that you could get one. Even the common breeds are like $3,000 and $4,000, but those really, like, these Frenchies can get up to like $7,000, can't they?
Which is why you can see why people who have Frenchies are on other people's radars.
Why would you buy a $7,000 dog? What's the average life expectancy? It's one of those things, like 12, 15 years?
I don't know if it's that long.
Yeah.
And again, some countries in the EU, they're banned.
Oh, really? Why?
Because they're trying to discourage people from going after these designer breeds.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Where they have attributes that people love, right? They love that smushy face look, but it's not good for the animal.
Right.
And it makes it difficult to exercise Frenchies. If you remember, The Rock had a Frenchie who unfortunately got into the pool. They do not swim, so you cannot take a Frenchie to the lake or to the beach.
Right. Oh, they can't really?
No, they cannot. They sink like a rock.
Not good.
Not good at all. So in some countries in Europe, they are completely banned.
I'll be damned. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We all heard this case. Of course, it's all over the place now. The woman who is the mother of that 6-year-old who shot the teacher in Virginia has been charged.
Oh, wow.
And we'll talk about that next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traffic moving well on I-4 this afternoon as you travel east and westbound between US 27 and the 429. Looking at a slowdown on I-4 eastbound near Fairbanks. This is where a disabled vehicle is currently blocking at least 2 lanes on the interstate. No major problems right now up and down the Turnpike or on the Beach Line and Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If your company needs to spring into efficient hiring, then check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Man, when it comes to getting your eyes fixed, Dr. Filatowski, the Filatowski Eye Institute has the answer. Time to finally fulfill that New Year's resolution to get your vision corrected. The leader in vision correction, the Filatowski Eye Institute, can do that for you. You just text 1041 to the number 868686. That way you can schedule your consultation to find out what they can do for you if you struggle with your vision. I strongly suggest this. My son at a really young age and my father-in-law as well both struggle with their vision. The Filatowski Eye Institute corrected that virtually overnight, crystal clear vision with an entire new life. That's what it's all about. They use the state-of-the-art equipment. Their surgeons have completed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. What I'm saying is you're in good hands. Change your outlook forever. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your consultation with the Filatowski Eye Institute today.
You probably already know that Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. But now we have a chance for you to earn $5,000. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you the keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. However, if you listen to Real Radio on our free iHeartRadio app, you can earn $5,000. Always remember, if you get the call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when a truck crashed into my car. You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Clausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Clausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
You know that expression, the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, with Massey Services, it's literally true. Why? Because Massey does what the others don't. Every lawn is unique, so Massey starts with a detailed analysis and then builds a customized plan to prevent and control weeds, diseases, and harmful pests. Then they aerate to ensure water and nutrients reach the roots of your lawn. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
IDC takes value to a whole new level next weekend, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. A 3-day, multi-million-dollar store-wide sale. Save up to 20%. All wedding bands, eternity bands, thousands of engagement ring mountings, colored gemstones, fashion earrings, diamond pendants. You get up to an extra 20% off IDC's already super low price. It's incredible. Top designers are flying in for this with their entire collections, all of it on sale. Special financing too. April 21st through the 23rd. Only at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. And business is blooming. That means you could turn over a new leaf in a new Mitsubishi. This week, I'll give you up to $4,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value for your old ride. Do other dealers rake you through the mud over past credit mishaps? We're rooting for you. Drive a nicer, newer car today. But hurry, this deal will get picked over soon. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2023. See dealer for details.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better. Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Thursday, April 20th, The Joint at West End has everything you need to celebrate 420. Join the Monsters in the Morning live as they kick off 420 Fest at The Joint at West End in Sanford, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Indulge in The Joint's new infused wing sauces and the West End specialty 420 infused cocktails. Free reggae show, premium roll-ups from Turf Origins, and expert consultation for your medical needs. It's 420 Fest, April 20th, brought to you by Sweetwater at The Joint at West End in downtown Sanford.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Gun Show this weekend at the Azan Shrine Center at 1591 West O'Galley Boulevard in Melbourne. Buy, sell, trade, Saturday, Sunday, doors open at 9, as well as concealed carry classes daily. Admission is $10. Kids 14 and under are free. Check us out on Facebook or the web at usagunshowsoflorida.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
There we go. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, The Great Who. We don't hear enough of these guys anymore. Really good band. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is
Hi there.
here. Ross is here.
Quadrophenia.
Yeah, good film, too, by the way.
5 o'clock keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Go to realradio.fm. Send check off. And maybe you can win $1,000. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword, guys. Good luck. Yeah, they had a bunch of really good hits. I get into these waves where I listen to bands, and it was a while ago, probably a couple of years. I just got in this thing where I was just listening to The Who for like 3 or 4 days straight. Just a playlist of the hits. It was great. They were a real different band when they came out.
Do you ever burn through one song? I don't think any of us are those people.
What do you mean by burn through one song?
Like, some people will find a song, they don't listen to like a playlist or something. They're like, yep, that's my song this week. And then they just listen to it a lot. And sometimes I should say that I've kind of got caught up in that.
Yeah,
but
I do that occasionally. Yeah,
it's rare.
Yeah, look, when what's the Travis Scott Drake
Sicko Mode?
When that came out, I listened to it over and over for a little while because it was just so different than anything. So I was just listening to that. But when I do that now, it's just older bands. Yeah, I get into that with Depeche Mode occasionally, Public Enemy, bands like that.
Right now, I've been doing it with Michael McDonald, Keeps You Running.
Really?
I don't know why. I guess maybe because Forrest Gump was on over the weekend.
When's the last band you did that to, though?
Just burn on
just-
a single track
just-
over and over
Or
again.
just know it just got onto him and just like you couldn't get off of it for a little bit.
I don't ask me that right now.
Yeah.
Because right now the answer is super embarrassing.
Then you
Really?
got to tell us.
Well, I'll tell you what, my last couple were the Cars. I just did it with Public Enemy.
Miki Matsubara.
I don't know who that is. Jay-Z is my newest one. I'm with Jay-Z now. Doing a lot of Jay-Z. Flipping it back to the 90s.
I bounce around, but for just one song, the last time I just honed in on one song, that I heard it, I'm like, oh man, that was good. And then I just kept playing it over and over and over and over. Was this one from 1973, George McRae and Rock Your Baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is such a
hell yeah.
But I will tell you, you did it to me.
Yeah.
You did this to me.
Yeah.
This is such a good song. You did this to me about 3 years ago.
What song was it?
Maybe not even 3. It may have been 2 years ago. We're sitting here on the show, and we're coming back from a song or from a break.
Oh, I know what one.
And Jack plays a song, which was one of the original club mixes from the early 90s when clubs and the whole idea of like...
Let's see, was it the one that I started
I
playing in my
remember.
car now?
It's Gino Valentino.
No, it's Gino Latino.
Oh.
The song's called Welcome. And when I was going to the clubs in the early 90s, this song was it. I played this for my kids, and they laughed in my face.
Yeah.
I was like, this was a banger in the clubs. And they're like, Dad, get out of here. This is terrible. But I played this song, and my little Mustang has a really good sound system in it. But I played this song on a loop for 4 straight days because of Jack Bradshaw. I'm telling you, I couldn't stop listening to it. Everybody right now my age, everybody our age, is tripping balls right now because of this. This was, I mean, whatever the hottest club music is right now, this was that in the 90s.
So you were talking, it was 30 years ago, sometime around 2 a.m. at the Beecham.
Oh, yeah.
This would be playing.
But you can't imagine what would happen to the club when they played this tune. The entire place would just hover. Yeah, Jack got me good with this one. I did it to somebody else the other day. Or you did it to somebody else because they said Jack played that stupid re-intro music and now can't get out of my head. That happens about 3 times a week.
The Way I Are, I think, from Timbaland he had played as well.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Or you mentioned it. Somehow it ended up in my YouTube playlist.
For you, it's Migos. Like
I love Migos.
Yeah, no, but it's free.
But right now I'm on the Doobie Brothers, It Keeps You Running.
Really? You got some yacht rock going, huh?
I do. Kenny Loggins, This Is It. Don't ask me why.
This is it. Make no mistakes anymore. This is it.
Man. Dude, that's it.
Yeah, I've been listening to a whole different genre.
Who's the artist you mentioned again?
Miki Matsubara.
Why are you doing that? Is that a thing where you're just trying to be cool?
No, he said it was embarrassing. And we're not hip enough to know why he should be embarrassed.
That's the thing is, like, he's trying to say this, but I think this is a weird flex. He's trying to reverse flex us.
I'm not.
So it sounds like he listens to these really cool bands that nobody else even knows about.
I think this is Chinese pop. It might be K-pop. I don't know.
Why?
Oh, dog. This is what I ran. It might be Japanese. This is blowing up on social media.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't believe there's many Chinese exports.
Yeah.
When it comes to music.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Jack. So you imagine me with my little running shoes, nads almost out from my tight shorts.
Just swinging. Just swinging in there like 2 avocados in a Publix bag.
Oh, man.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah. And that wasn't Deb.
This is like the music that plays behind TikTok videos of people making noodles.
Yes. This is a big TikTok song. Here comes the best chorus I've heard in 2 months.
mean, it sounds like a BTS tune or like an old. It's a very simple. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like if you were walking by the Crystal Cabaret at the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like cruise ship, like lounge music is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I think the song's from 79.
79.
Yeah. So I've been listening to that.
Why? Well, because of the anime thing?
Yeah, how'd you find this?
Yeah, how do you even get into that?
I don't know. I saw it on.
It found me.
I saw it on the internet. It was just the backtrack of some, cooking video. I think you're right.
Yeah. All right,
I was like,
407.
man, that rips.
916-1041. So this teacher in Virginia who got shot by the 6-year-old, right? Everybody,
Yeah.
know the story, right?
All right, enough Mickey Matsubara.
Yeah, right. Well, the mother of this 6-year-old boy who allegedly shot a teacher, they say allegedly because you have to, I guess, in Newport News, Virginia, elementary school, by the way. He was only 6 years old. They're charging the mother, Deja Taylor, with felony child neglect and misdemeanor recklessly leaving a loaded firearm as to an endanger a child. That is a full charge, by the way, and a term paper.
Yeah.
The 6-year-old took the gun from his home on January 6th, put it in his backpack, and brought it to Rich Neck Elementary School, where he allegedly shot and wounded 25-year-old teacher Abigail Zwarner in a first-grade classroom. Critical injury. She is going to recover fully, for sure. She has now sued the school's former superintendent, principal, and assistant principal for over $40 million, alleging negligence. And all of the information that came out that day led me to believe that it was probably pretty worthy because, from what we hear, there was a gross gross failure of supervision here at this school. It says the law,
particularly with this child, you were remarking about. I mean, repeatedly in trouble, and how they handled it was questionable.
And there's more to that I just found out with this story, and I wonder if this comes into play. One of the reasons I kind of pulled this up. It's really interesting when you go after parents for something like this. You can certainly see the path for these charges. Obviously, child neglect. And then leaving the weapon available to a child is definitely a problem. She's definitely going to be in trouble. No question she's going to deal with some serious issues down the road.
It's like the school shooter in Michigan whose parents are still in jail.
Right, exactly. So, and they're trying to press charges on them because of him getting that weapon and then going ape-ass.
Right.
They want them to spend time in jail as well.
They were at the school that day meeting with a guidance counselor and never left and checked their son's gun, backpack and would have found the weapon.
And they say here that they believe the school division violated state law. We are pursuing this in civil court. We will not allow school leaders to escape accountability for their role in the tragedy. What we heard coming out of the school, now it doesn't mention this in this story, but what we heard coming out of there were many reports of kids telling other students that that person had a gun, that teachers knew that there was a possibility, there was some scuttlebutt going around the school that the kid had a gun. They never even checked. Then the kid pulls the gun out and shoots her. Shoots her a couple times, I think, doesn't he?
And apparently there's a little bit of issue for the teacher, for Zwerner herself, because the principal and another student apparently have said that a student in her class stood up and tried to tell her that student had a gun in his backpack and was told to sit down and be quiet.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, I didn't hear that part. I just know that a student informed the school or other people that the kid had a gun with them. Now, of course, when you hear a 6-year-old having a gun, I would probably laugh at it as well because it would sound so outrageous. And to have a kid carrying around a 9mm, I mean, that's a relatively big pistol. Even the small compact versions for a 6-year-old would be a handful.
Yeah, that's a rifle for a 6-year-old. It is massive.
I mean, they make smaller 9s like they do with 40s and 380s that are relatively small. But even then, at that caliber, it's still going to be is one of your small guns a 9?
I don't have the small one anymore. I just have actually a larger one. It's 6-inch barrel.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but those other ones,
nice.
you could put them in your palm, and if I had my hand like that, you would not be able to see it. Now, it'd be tight, but you could do it.
Don't forget, we had a 5-year-old here in Florida that brought a loaded gun to a classroom.
So the issue is this. This is what we don't know, or I didn't know until then. In the wake of the shooting, the 6-year-old boy's family say their son suffers from an acute disability and was under a care plan at the school that included his mom or dad attending school with him and taking him from class to class.
Ew.
So one of the parents had to be at school at all times to escort this kid from class to class, walk him into school, from class to class, and then out. The week of the shooting was the first week they were not in class with him, is what the family said. So I guess maybe even the mother and father are the ones that have been doing it, but other family members can as well. So this kid has obviously got some massive behavioral issues and anger issues as well. Do you think she deserves to be able to sue the school?
The teacher.
Yes. Do you believe that? Do you think she should be able to sue the school?
All right.
Or
no,
do you think she should? I mean,
well, you deserve to be able to sue, and then you have to prove that they were negligent. And if they are negligent, then she
maybe
deserves something.
Do you think she has a case?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to end poorly for the school because, again, if they can prove for a fact that there was some information on campus regarding the kid having a gun and with his behavior beforehand, setting a good enough precedent where you'd certainly want to rifle through his bag for a second just to make sure.
And that's the second school shooting that we've had where a student had such behavioral issues. If you remember, there was the one who, as the student was being searched, because he needed to be searched every single day, he did have a weapon and ended up shooting a couple of administrators who were there doing the search of him.
Doing right there, right?
So that makes you wonder if you've got kids that have these kinds of issues where they have to be escorted by their parents every single day to every single class, or another student has to be searched every single day
for a
there? Weapon. What are they doing there?
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, what in the hell is a kid doing in school that has to be escorted by an adult from class to class? Like, they're that big of a menace.
Well, they obviously need therapy that's worked in with their, reading, writing, and arithmetic, because I just don't see having them in a general school population as a very safe thing to do.
Well, I know that Ross, when he got in trouble in school, he went to a classroom that was specifically I'm going to say this word. I don't mean you are this, but basically for delinquents.
I was.
But, and they put them in there. And I'm guessing even with the delinquents, there are probably kids in there that may have some mental disabilities that make them very difficult to be around other kids who are there to learn.
Possibly me.
I can't believe. Have you ever heard of that ever in your life, of a child that has to be personally escorted by a mom or dad from class to class? I've never even heard of that. And then what do? Sit there beside them? I've heard my mom threatened to do that to me because I threatened to do that to my kids. You want me to come and walk you from class to class? But it was a punishment thing. It wasn't like a plan we had with the school.
Time for homeschooling for that kid.
Yeah, no joke.
Seriously.
Then again,
may not have him. But there has to be there has to be an answer, because I know for a fact that when my wife was in school here, there was a school out in Sanford, an entire high school, by the way, that was built specifically for that. Is it Croom? The Croom School or something
Academy?
like that?
Yeah.
It's specifically for people with behavioral issues.
We always talk about responsible gun owners. Well, and obviously with it being easier in the future to get guns and carry guns here in Florida, you talk about people don't want to be penalized for being responsible gun owners. But you have to. Yeah. You have to penalize the people who are irresponsible gun owners.
You do have to do that for sure.
And when your child gets a weapon and is able to take it to school, you are an irresponsible gun owner.
You need to be punished for that.
Yes.
There should be a penalty for that.
LCP was the classification of the firearm. I got rid of it. It's a lightweight compact pistol.
There you go.
It's the really tiny ones, but it was too small for me. It's like the kind if you want to fit in your pocket.
Right. And I have a friend that has a 40, one of those, and one of the reasons, and he had to add a butt thing to be able to get your other finger in there, just to be able to shoot the damn thing.
Yeah, otherwise your pinky is like hanging out there.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Facebook, more than a place to remind you of birthdays. Find us and like us. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic moving well on I-4 this afternoon as you travel east and westbound between US 27 and the 429. Looking at a slowdown on I-4 eastbound near Fairbanks. This is where a disabled vehicle is currently blocking at least 2 lanes on the interstate. No major problems right now up and down the turnpike or on the Beach Line and Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing. Summit Racing has parts and accessories to keep your truck rolling right. Parts like lift kits, intakes, exhaust, tires, lighting, and more. From custom grills to tonneau covers, Summit Racing has you covered. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day. We asked you to vote in our poll. We posted on Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Follow us on Twitter. Vote there. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Thanks to Brad Siebert and the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com, not only for sponsoring our poll, but for what they do in the home mortgage business. They can get you the financing for your next home, your dream home, or maybe help you refinance the home where you live. That's what they did for me several years ago. I did my refi through WeAreNotTheBanks.com. It was great. Brad let me know everything I needed every step of the way. It was fast, easy, and I got a great rate. They work with everyone. Good credit, awesome. They'll get you a great rate. Bumps in your credit, they can still work with you, and they have a variety of loans to choose from. VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans, even no income documentation loans. Get started today. For all your mortgage needs, the website is wearenotthebanks.com. Go there to get started. NMLS ID 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Wow, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
What's the best part of a Dunkin' Run? The coffee, the $1 donut, or $2 stuffed bagel minis, or $3 sausage, egg, and cheese? The answer? Yes. $3 offer available on sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich only. Excludes specialty donuts and fancies. Offer valid on medium or larger coffee. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
The Peanuts gang is suiting up for their biggest adventure yet aboard the next generation of NASA's deep space rockets. Join us at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex for All Systems Are Go by acclaimed production company Monlove, the new live show that takes Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and their gang to the moon and beyond. Now showing at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Tickets at kennedyspacecenter.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing?
Search gym members and join our group.
Howdy, howdy. Aloha from wave-torn and very windy Brevard County. Absolutely yes to everybody listening. If you're a gun owner, you know your first responsibility is safety. If you have children, you know you have to ensure that those guns are locked up and they are kept out of the reach of those kids. It's not very difficult to exercise the gun safety, so lock up all the parents and throw away the key that cannot ensure gun safety with children.
You cannot. And I have to tell you why I think kids are the absolute worst. They're naturally curious.
Yeah.
And the younger they are, the more curious they are. And even worse is most people will not have a gun conversation with a very young child. They don't think it's right.
It's just something, don't touch that.
Don't touch that, it's bad. And of course, anytime you tell a child don't do something, their first inclination is to do exactly that.
And the challenge is for the person who has a gun for home safety, home protection, they want to be able to access it quickly in the middle of the night. Isn't that the fear? Like,
right.
Home invasion in the middle of the night, you're in bed. How fast can you defend your family and your home?
And that's one of the go ahead.
Yeah, well, so if brevity and quickness is the goal there,
right?
How many measures do you want to put in between you and that firearm that will slow you down? But those measures are what would also keep your child safe if they found the gun.
Right, that's a weird balance, right?
Yeah.
And so, and there are a number of things I've seen, guys. Have you ever seen those locks that can hook onto the, or they adhere to the side of your side table in your bed? And it's a thumbprint lock thing where you put it on the thumb and it releases the lock and you can get your gun, and that way you can keep it ready to go. And you're right. I mean, if you live in an area and you want to protect your family and have a weapon in the house, it does seem like, I don't know what the word is, the irony, I guess, of protecting yourself and then having to put so many steps of protection between you and the weapon, when the idea of having the weapon is to secure your home at any moment.
Yeah.
Not when I can get to the safe, open the safe, find the clip, find the gun, put it in there, rack around, and then be ready to go. Well, in that time, especially when you're freaking out because you think somebody's in your house, you're not in your right mind,
I like the idea of and it's gotten so good with the, I guess, what is it, biometrics, with your smartphones being able to read your thumbprint or your face print.
Yeah.
Having a weapon that only you or anyone
they have
trained, smart guns,
yeah.
Yeah, just if that was the common where it's only you holding that pistol or perhaps your spouse. You set it to those two people, and anyone else, it's a dead weapon.
Yeah, and I believe that technology. I mean, look, man. I mean, there's no way it's not there. And here's the thing: even if you were let's say you were somebody who was, I'm a Second Amendment guy. I don't freak out about it. I don't, I do believe you should be able to own guns. Obviously, I've said that on the air 100,000 times or whatever. But I do believe, I can't imagine that anybody would have a problem with regardless of the weapon, whether it be a pistol or whether it be one of these, one of these military style weapons that get sold in America every day, right here in Florida, probably many times a day, to have a smart style kind of handle or grip that reads your entire palm print while you hold it. I can't imagine anybody would have a problem with that. It doesn't stop you from owning the gun. If the manufacturer can make that happen, and it probably costs a little bit more, but
and that's where you get your pushback.
Is that what happens then? Because if it's an extra $150 to keep your family and stuff safe, they think that's a hindrance to your Second Amendment rights. It's not, though. It's not. That's not that you can't make that argument. It's not true. I'm not telling you can't have a gun. I'm not telling you can't have a gun that looks like the guns you see in video games. What I'm telling you is, it has to be specific to your hand because that's how it's designed to be safe.
And that smells like a regulation. You got to get
we have
on
regulations.
out of there.
They have
with
safety.
that.
Safety is a regulation. I mean, a safety on a gun is a regulation. So I mean, you could go about this 1,000 ways. That's not really a regulation either. That's a personalized situation there, really.
I mean, would you sign it into law?
I mean, I would have to see the technology. And because here's the thing. I think where people would freak out about that is if that palm print gets registered. Like, I think that would be an issue. Like, if when I grab my smart gun and I put my palm print on the smart gun, who has that information? Is it just the gun? Or do I have to get that palm print registered with the state or the feds? That's where you run into situations where gun people start asking a lot of questions because that's an infringement on your rights. It's the same thing that happened to the credit card companies. You remember that argument?
Wait, what year is this?
This just happened a few years ago. Matter of fact, I think it's still being argued. Actually, it just got dropped. Credit card companies, or there was a lobby to have credit card companies specifically label gun purchases, and report those. In other words, they would flag gun purchases with credit cards and inform the state or whatever that you've used that credit card to purchase that gun. So they would have a record of you purchasing that weapon.
So I'm assuming a lot of gun owners don't want people to know that they own a gun?
Well, it's not that they wouldn't want them to own it, because if you register the gun, people know you own it. It's the fact that they know what you're getting, when you're getting it, why you're getting it, all those things. It's not really your business. You know what I'm saying? If I went out today and bought a gun that's perfectly legal in the United States, it's none of your business what I do with it or what I buy. It's legal. I've done it properly. I followed the protocol. It's got nothing to do with you. That's my purchase. I don't ask you when you go buy stuff that's perfectly legal.
There is a contingent of people in the gun-owning community that believe they are protecting themselves from the government. So anytime the government wants more information, they seem to not want them to have it.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was talking about with the registration of that. But I don't know any responsible gun owner that has a problem with having a conceal or purchase. Most gun owners that I know would want you to have that because they would want you to be a responsible owner.
Right.
Again, what you see in the streets of people shooting each other, these aren't the problem people that you have every day. Most gun owners are very responsible gun owners. That's why you don't see a lot of guys.
Well, there's a common sense debate that, people who own guns and don't own guns could have, and then you get into the politics of it and the machine of it, and the NRA fueling an argument that doesn't want to see any measures passed that would possibly interfere with gun ownership.
Right. Well,
and it's the wording in the Second Amendment. It's that the right shall not be infringed.
Right.
So it's vague enough where they can say, well, you saying it has to have a smart handle, that infringes on my right to buy the gun I want.
But I mean, it really doesn't. It doesn't really infringe on your ability to buy the gun. It does not.
And so you could have a common sense discussion about it, but then you can also have the political battle, and they're going to put hundreds of millions of dollars to fight for their side, and we kind of get to this stalemate where we are.
Yeah, and guns are regulated from the government already. You can't have a fully automatic gun legally. You can't do that. I mean, as a gun dealer, you can deal with fully automatic guns, but you cannot own, as a private citizen, a fully automatic weapon where I squeeze the trigger and shoot the entire magazine in one time. I can't do that. That's a regulation that all gun owners are perfectly fine with. Most of them, I should say.
Even with that said, though, there was still that loophole exploited by the Vegas shooter.
The bump stock
thing, and then they did regulate that.
Yeah.
But then I think even that was like, we found another loophole. You can still... Humans are crafty.
And again, though, I mean, when you break it down, that guy had to take, I mean, that one human being, the Vegas guy, had to take multiple trips to get all that hardware up to his room to do that damage. I mean, that person powered all of that. You know, I mean, I understand the argument. It's as age old as it gets, but you know, when it comes to smart handles, I think that would be one thing that a lot of people would listen to. I know a lot of people that I know over my area that are all pro-gun people would probably not have much of a problem with that. I know I wouldn't.
You're ready? Maybe for this plot twist, put me in that category. Put me in any category that's a little bit different. Because that's the asinine thing when it comes to the gun conversation for me. It's not changing. Nothing is changing.
Well, no, people are still killing people with guns.
Yeah, so
irresponsible, crazy people are killing people with guns.
And no action is being taken. We're just fighting over what the action, and we fight until there's inaction, and then it just happens again.
Regardless of the action you take, there are tens of millions of guns still on the street. I mean, if you take an action to a gun, it doesn't mean that people won't have access to something to do something very stupid with.
How about just one gun? Just the AR-15. Just the one gun. Just one gun out of the hundreds of guns that you can have.
It
so
won't
that
matter,
we don't
Deb.
have it. Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
I mean, as
people
soon
just
as the
use
assault weapon ban, expired, every day.
Yeah.
Every day. There's another story, another AR-15. 23-year-old kid about to be fired from his bank job, suicidal, not like the Vegas guy. You know, talked to a couple of his coworkers yesterday who said they couldn't believe of all the people they thought would have gone on a workplace shooting, that kid was the last person they expected. So it's just one gun. It's just one gun. One gun out of all the other guns. All the other guns just take the AR-15 off the streets of America.
But the argument would be that there are so many other to take its place that they won't do anything
well, then fine.
to do that. Yeah.
We'll deal with that when we get there. But let's just take the AR-15 out of the equation. That's the only thing that I think most sensible people, gun owners and non-gun owners, would like to see. Just take something that's meant to kill in war.
All
School
guns are meant to
shooting,
kill.
but not the same level,
all guns
Jimmy.
are built to kill.
Not the same level. 150 shots in 6 minutes that took out 3 adults and 3 9-year-old kids.
Yeah, I understand, Deborah.
I don't think you do.
I fully do. Yeah, Deb. I've owned guns my entire life. I get it. I fully get it.
I know.
No, but the point is, so you say
one gun.
We get the one gun.
One gun.
And then we'll deal with that. And that's the concern is, and the NRA said, well, first they'll take that. Then that won't be good enough. Then there'll be another shooting. And then they're going to say, well,
and
these guns are no good.
And,
then
you can't guarantee that that won't happen.
But this
you
is
can't say that won't happen.
So the defense to that is prevent all forms of gun safety and all forms of gun control so you can't get my gun.
Yeah, but
and that's why we are at a stalemate where we are.
Gun safety is a person issue too, right? And gun control is a different issue. Gun safety is a person issue.
Well, I think the NRA.
Actually, I think it's just spin.
No, I don't think that's spin. I mean, you own the gun. It's up to you to make it.
No. They talk about gun safety initiatives because gun control has.
Oh, I see.
When you talk about gun control,
you're talking about the word. Yeah.
And it's just like the NRA. I don't think the NRA is as much an advocacy group for gun owners as it is for just the NRA. You know, because you talk about the smart lock and our texting service lit up with, but the NRA doesn't like that. So how many solutions have we come up with as citizens, and the NRA stands in the way of both sides of the argument?
I do not agree with the NRA there, because I do believe a smart gun handle would be a very good choice for people who, but again, it wouldn't have stopped the Tennessee person because the person bought every one of those guns legally.
Oh, every one of these guns have been bought legally.
Well,
I mean,
we
the
don't know
one
that every
used.
one of them.
Yeah,
well,
but
yesterday was legally.
Yeah.
Any movement on guns, Jimmy, you even say, like, as gun owners, it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind this, or I would be okay with this. And they even say a majority of Americans want to see more gun safety measures passed. However, if the NRA is funding a political party that says zero tolerance for gun control, that is going to be the position. So if the people voting those people in continue to vote those people in, there will be no change.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I get that 100%.
I just wish that, just something. I would love a smart gun, anything.
Let me ask you. I mean, we're going to go. So you make your big change, right?
Yeah.
You make your big change, and then nothing happens. Like you still see shootings. It's just now it's with pistols or whatever. What do you say then?
Then we try something different.
Right?
I just want to try.
Okay, so what do you try different then? I mean, you so no, there are no more AR-15s now. But there's a shooting the next day with 2 9mm where 10 people die. What do you do then?
My number one rule, if I was king of the land and I was the king of gun reform, I would simply make it a little bit harder to buy guns. A longer waiting process. You have to register far more. As much as old people having to renew their license.
That's what they do in Australia.
Put in more work for responsible gun owners to shine to be responsible gun owners. Ask more of those gun owners to show them being responsible. That's what I would do. But any type of, if anything like that just gets thrown away.
My thing for that is this. The problem is this. And the reason I always say it's the person. A person that has ill intent is going to be able to do all of those things that you want. They're going to be able to follow all those rules, no different than this person that went and purchased every one of these guns legally. They're going to be able to mask the behavior to get what they want and then do the damage. So,
shootings are going to happen. But what you're trying to do is little bit less.
Yeah, I guess, man. I mean, I would want a zero tolerance against shootings at all. Then, if I mean that was me, I don't think one is good.
We do have a zero tolerance of shootings. We don't accept them.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up for trivia. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. You have a frog. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Will the Mavericks bring Kyrie back to Big D? Dallas made the right move to take a swing for Luka and Kyrie's pairing. They couldn't even make it to the postseason. Unlike the NFL, NBA teams just can't move off dysfunction. We got a good look at Luka and Kyrie together, and it wasn't pretty. They're moody. They both need the ball. Neither plays a lick of defense. Don't do it, Dallas. Move on. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 4/15. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where your prints are perfect, guaranteed.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at $45 a month and it's 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
International Diamond Center Spectacular Semi-Annual Store-Wide Sale is coming next weekend, April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Biggest sale this year. Up to 20% off all rings, all bands, all bracelets, all earrings, all fashion jewelry. Plus thousands of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds are marked down for this. As well as all new designer jewelry being flown in from New York and California. Don't miss this. 3 days of extraordinary savings. Ask about special financing too. Up to 3 years, 0 interest. It's happening April 21st through 23rd. And only at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Russ Rollins from the Monsters here, and our 30-year anniversary tour coming to Melbourne. You can join me and the rest of the Monsters at Intracoastal Brewing Friday, April the 14th from 12:30 to 1:30. Intracoastal Brewing features delicious rotating brews, food, and live music. Intracoastal Brewing Company has been bringing you the love to the Space Coast for the last 10 years. Join us at Intracoastal Brewing, a beautiful beer garden. Family, friends, and your furry friends are welcome too. They always have something going on at Intracoastal Brewing, from their monthly can release to their exciting events. Drink local, drink coastal.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Only the outlaws will have them. It's not a gun doing anything. It's the idiot that owns it. There should be stricter laws for more volatile weapons.
My God. It's,
Thank you. Lee, bye.
Thought that was Faticus there for a second calling in.
Oh, something else, right?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm and send it off for your chance to win $1,000. Had a winner yesterday in the 3 o'clock hour. Dave. Congrats, Dave. Enjoy your $1,000. Not bad right before the summertime.
We'd love to do lunch. That's a great idea, Dave. It's a great idea.
CHECK. Check is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Get in there. You got about 10 minutes left. We'll get you freshie at the top of the hour. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here. Hi there. Let's get some sauce jar action.
All aboard.
Oh, chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo. Save my ass. Save my ass.
I have a pair of tickets to Earth Day, birthday 2023. That is, it's a big deal.
By the way, just real quick, personal fact about one Tori Colbert. Thinks the guy from Breaking Benjamin has the sexiest voice in rock and roll.
Oh, well, look at that. Looks like she's going to the show because Breaking Benjamin will be performing at Earth Day Birthday 2023. This awesome music festival is going down Saturday, April 22nd at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Breaking Benjamin is not all, though. We also got the Pretty Reckless, Beartooth, Seven Dust, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Bad Wolves, Dorothy, and the Dropout Kings, and much, much more. That is your Sauce Jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, go local. Support a local moving and storage company. Family owned, you know. They can handle your move, local or long distance, residential or commercial. Just make sure you mentioned the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. So easy to book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com, saving your ass. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Deb. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Derek.
Derek, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, buddy. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, buddy.
Want to play a game?
Yeah.
All right, Derek, this is real easy, buddy. I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. It's a lie. If you can poke that one out of the group, I will give you a prize. Off to Earth Day, birthday you go. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. On this day in 1890, Ellis Island was designated as an immigration station on this day.
Oh,
in
wow.
1890. Here are 3 fun facts about Ellis Island and one lie that's fresh off the boat. Number 1. Before Ellis Island was an immigration station, it was where pirates, criminals, and mutineers were hung. Number 2. The first people to pass through Ellis Island was 2 brothers from Cork, Ireland. Number 3. During World War I and World War II, Ellis Island was used as a detention center for enemies of the state. Or lastly, Ellis Island is actually co-owned by New Jersey and New York. Which one of those is a lie?
Number 2.
Number 2 is the answer.
You're kidding! Whoa!
Good job. Do you know why?
I don't.
You just guessed?
I just guessed.
I hate you. No, enjoy the show, buddy. Have a good time, man. There you go.
Derek's
Well,
day.
you know what's crazy is it was number 2 yesterday as well, and I put it there hopefully to break the mold. But
So what was the lie again?
the lie was the first people to pass through Ellis Island were 2 brothers from Cork Island. The place is true, but the first people to pass through Ellis Island and enter the United States through Ellis Island in 1892, I believe, was a young girl and her 2 young brothers to meet up with their parents here in the U.S. who had already made it over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
So it really was a detention for enemies of the state?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you got to remember, it went after they used it for that early immigration, it went into disrepair for a while, and it didn't actually even get used for years. But before it was Ellis Island, as that, it was a detention center for enemies of the state during World War I and World War II. And a couple other things as well. Let's find out. Oh, and then where pirates and criminals were tried and hung.
Yeah.
A few other things you may not know about Ellis Island. It was co-owned by Jersey and New York. Did you know that, Jack?
I did.
Nerd.
Well, they also talk about that and Liberty Island, and they talk about, because Liberty Island technically I think is in the New Jersey part of the Hudson, and so, but you equate Statue of Liberty with New York, not really New Jersey.
Yeah, but the thing is believe it or not, the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island are all one part of the same thing.
Right.
They consider that part of the same attraction or whatever.
Yeah.
So Lady Liberty goes both ways.
A few other things about Ellis Island before we get to Ross thoughts.
I think we just got them.
Okay. Originally opened in 1976.
No way. Oh, the bicentennial.
The fully restored Ellis Island wasn't open to the public until 1990. And they didn't release the names of the people that came through there until the 2000s. What? I'm telling you, it sat empty for years. Nobody did anything with it. And then out of nowhere is when they decided to open it up for a museum. They did it in the 70s, but like nothing was there. They just opened the doors and you could come wander around it. Wow. And then they shut it down and turned it into, what it is now.
Have you ever been there?
I wonder if that's like a state issue, because anytime you have something that's in between ownership, it's like, we're not paying for it, you pay for it.
I'm not paying for it, you pay for it.
New Jersey, New York, I'm not paying for it, you pay for it.
Hey, you pay for it.
That's why it took so long to build.
Yeah.
To open up the museum.
Yeah, the first immigrants to pass through Ellis Island was a teenage girl from Ireland and her 2 younger brothers. How many people do you think visit Ellis Island every year?
I'm going 1.4 million.
1.4 million?
I'll go 1.2 million.
1.2, you're going to shoot it at 1.3?
I'm going to go 2.5.
Yeah, you win. 3 million people a year go through Ellis Island to go check it out and see what it's all about.
It is cool to see if you've never been there.
I haven't been. I've been to Liberty. I went
been to
in
Liberty.
the Statue of Liberty.
I've been in the Statue of Liberty as well. That's cool, though. What percentage of Americans have a descendant who've passed through Ellis Island? Deb, you go first.
61. Well, no, that's too high.
45.
42.
Ding, Ross, 40%.
Wow. That's a good portion.
Almost half of all Americans have a descendant to pass the old man.
God damn it.
It's another Joe ding. It's another Joe ding.
No, it's not a Joe ding. That's a full ding. He was almost
That was
nailed
not
it.
a full ding.
He almost nailed it. That's what I'm saying. He deserves a full ding.
He said 42, right?
Yes,
You
but
said the answer's 40, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, come
almost
on.
nailed it. He almost got a full ding.
All right, and then lastly here, some pretty famous people have passed through Ellis Island on their way into the U.S.
Let me out him, Jim.
Psychiatrist Carl Jung.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or Jung or whatever.
Jung?
And Sigmund Freud.
I was going to ask if Freud followed with his penis envy.
Early bodybuilding guru Charles Atlas.
Little Atlas.
Oh, wow.
Came in through there. Composer Irving Berlin.
Oh, yeah.
Came in through Ellis Island. And silent film legend
Charlie Chaplin.
One of the most famous people to ever live came through Ellis Island.
Did he
Charlie
really?
Chaplin is one of the most famous human beings to ever live.
I always thought he was state-born.
No.
That
Nope.
was a ding for me and Deb.
He at one point
Full
Charlie
size.
Chaplin by far was as popular as famous as the Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Harry
yeah.
Houdini, Chaplin, these guys were. I mean, you should see the pictures of Harry Houdini in New York doing stunts. It looks like the entire country is there.
What's interesting is
it looks like the entire country. It looks like New Year's Eve in New York times all the New Year's Eves that have ever happened in New York to see one guy do tricks.
So Charlie Chaplin figures 20s and 30s, has probably the most famous mustache on the planet. There's no way that mustache goes out of favor. What could possibly happen to that?
Hell, not good.
And, he had an absolute, many famous comedians had a horrendous childhood, which is he always attributed to one of the reasons why he was so funny.
And that little tramp thing was part of that whole thing, I
Yeah,
believe.
exactly.
Ross, thoughts?
Guys, this is big. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. I'm growing a pair. If your name is Greg or if your name is Craig, you need to call the radio station because we need to talk to you. Jim, day one, you told me there's one rule: never bank on the listeners.
Never bank on the listeners.
I don't know if they're going to call. I don't know if people named Craig or Greg are going to call. But we need to talk about the Craigs and the Gregs out there.
You have a very serious face about Greg.
You better throw out the phone number so they know what to call.
All right, 407-916-1041. If your name is Greg, call that number. If your name is Craig, call that number.
All right,
Let's talk about it.
All right, we're going to talk about Gregs and Craigs?
We're going to talk about Gregs and Craigs.
All right, that's next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 eastbound still between US 270 and the 429. Westbound delays also reported between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Still seeing heavy traffic on the 429 due to a crash that blocks the right shoulder northbound at Florida's Turnpike. Looking at delays as well due to a crash now reported on Powers Drive at Colonial. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by J&M Roofing.
At J&M Roofing, you can finance your new roof for as little as $139 a month. Call J&M Roofing, 321-972-6952. J&M Roofing, under the umbrella. Florida license number CCC 1331951.
Yeah, right here this month, utility companies raised the rate another 4%, and they're thinking about another rate increase again. But the cool thing is you can stop going along with these rate increases and finally go solar with Solar Bear. Solar Bear happens to be the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state. They're locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. These guys can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Just visit solarbear.com today and get your free estimate and find out what they can do for you. Check it out right now. Also, 0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. SolarBear.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you. And our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
What do fans of country music and exclusive deals have in common? A chance to rock out with country's biggest superstars. Check this month's Valpak Blue envelope for your chance to win a trip to the iHeart Country Festival. Scan the QR code to stream an iHeart Country station. Then listen for details on how to enter the sweepstakes. You could win $100 instantly just by opening your envelope. Head to your mailbox to learn more today. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. See specially marked Valpak envelopes or valpak.com for details.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus zero down, zero interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, oneFirmForLife.com.
You're a dreamer. You see the possibilities of chocolate and caramel flavors swirling together with cold brew, topped with a velvety chocolate cold foam and cocoa caramel crumbles. And that imagination can only be rewarded with Dunkin's new caramel chocolate cold brew. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
International Diamond Center's store-wide spring sale is happening. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Save up to 20% store-wide and get up to 36 months zero-interest financing. Don't miss this once-a-year sale. Not this weekend, but next weekend at International Diamond Center.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH, C-A-S-H, CASH. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
How can I call if every time I try to call, the phone is busy? My name is Craig, and I would like to know why you want to talk to me. I've been called Greg, Craig, it, Jim, Bob, everything. Give me a call. My name is Craig. Goodbye.
Come back. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Oh, my God. Oh, I know it.
Yeah, come on.
Do you know it? The band?
Oh, that's it.
Is it The Alarm?
No. It's not broken because you
Oh,
were
it's The
able
Fix.
to.
Oh, yeah, The
fix
Fix. God dang it.
And he's a haberdashery now, the lead singer of the Fix.
Is he really?
He makes hats.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. What is your
cash?
6 o'clock keyword is cash. C-A-S-H. I threw my stupid sheet away already. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance at $1,000. Had a winner yesterday. Cash is your 6 o'clock keyword.
So easy for you to remember, Jimmy. Just think what you have more than God.
Oh, no. Cash. I got a lot of credit.
Oh.
All right. Ross, let's get some thoughts, dog.
I'm scared.
It's weird.
Don't be scared.
It's funny.
This is true.
Sometimes.
This is really happening.
We don't have to
It's
do impressions.
Ross.
No.
Spelled
Thank
like
you.
sauce.
Walked out.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Yay!
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Get you some of the best Central Florida beer that Central Florida is brewing.
Had that lager last night. That's a damn good one.
They are making great beer.
Everyone. I'm having the coffee porter tonight. I'll give you an update on that tomorrow.
Had it last night. You will enjoy it. So I was thinking about this. We've had a lot of segments about our names. There's also been a lot of segments where I have made you guys feel very embarrassed by doing voices or even asking you wildly uncomfortable questions. But I figured that we could incorporate some of our listeners for Ross Thoughts, and it hit me yesterday. People's names mean a lot. That's what you're going to be called for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I think all of us really enjoy our names. But it hit me. There's only 2 names that sound as similar as Greg and Craig. That's the best.
That's a tough one.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Like, I've thought about people named Gary. No, it's Gary, not Jerry. Jerry, it's not Gary. Barry, Terry.
Right, yeah.
But it's not Craig.
Yeah, Gary and Jerry is still those two. I mean, Greg and Craig sound exactly alike almost.
So if you're just joining us and you just hopped in your car, on the previous segment, I made a call. I made a call out to all the Gregs and Craigs out there.
I want to dip into your stash so bad.
And I got to tell you guys, the Gregs and Craigs showed up. The lines are full of Gregs and Craigs.
Packed.
We're Craigging, we're Gregging, Jack. We've never done this. I bet you there's never been a radio segment that's only had Craigs and Gregs. They showed up.
Oh man, we have a 2 to 3 Greg to Craig ratio.
we have 5 lines, and so far Greg is winning. The name Greg, it's 3-2.
Yeah, Greg is up.
But we do have a Craig texter who said he couldn't get through.
Exactly. Too many Craigs and Gregs tying up the phone lines.
So, first of all, I think it's hilarious that we have a ton of Craigs and Gregs on the hold right now. But I wanted to ask them what they thought about their name. And now I just realized we have a bunch of Gregs and Craigs here. I don't know how they're going to know which one they know is going to be on air.
When I bring them up, I'll go, Greg. Greg.
And then he might go, which one?
Yeah.
So I wanted to interview some Gregs and Craigs to find out what they think about their name.
You want to bring up Greg 1?
Yeah, let's bring up Greg 1.
Greg, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the show.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Good start.
I was hoping he corrected me and said that's Craig.
So, Greg, I have to know. Is it true your entire life you've been going, it's Greg, actually?
I have had that happen plenty of times, but a third name for me is Jeff.
Okay, where did Jeff come from?
I look like a Jeff, I guess.
Oh, God. Well, Jack knows all about that. Jack looks like a Doug.
So, Greg, but all in all, would you, I don't know if you're a dad, but would you name your son Greg? All in all, how did the name treat you?
I wouldn't, just because I'm not a junior type believer. I don't think you should name your kids after yourself.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Jim the Third.
Yeah,
That's a true story.
It's not my way of naming kids.
All right, so
I would.
Yeah, so what you're saying is Greg served you well throughout your life.
It has. I found out what it meant. All names have an origin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Farmer.
What does it mean?
Farmer of all.
Oh, wow.
Farmer.
Greg the farmer.
All
There you go.
right.
Well, we
Yeah.
lost to Greg. Greg, thanks for your call, buddy.
I wonder if
appreciate
the
it.
other Greg knows that his name means farmer.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, let's find out because we're actually going to talk to a Craig next.
Let's go to Craig here. Craig is Craig. How you doing, Craig?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing, Craig? I know it's tough, buddy. It's tough.
I have no idea who you're talking
Yeah,
to.
it's tough. Is this your entire life, Craig? Wondering if somebody's yelling Greg?
Yes.
Does it really happen to you a lot? You get the Craig Greg thing a lot?
Well, when I went to my first assignment when I was in the Army, I had 5 people in my unit, either last name or first name Craig. So anytime the drill sergeant would scream, Craig! 5 people would jump and start running.
just start running, and like somebody lifted up a board with roaches. It just ran.
Yeah, we just ran.
All right, buddy.
So Craig, real fast though, do you think that the name Craig though has treated you nicely? Do you enjoy it?
Well, so much so that I started going by my middle name, which is Darnell. And then when I was stationed in Germany, they couldn't say Darnell, so they started saying Danielle, so they backfired on me.
I'll take Craig over Danielle
any day.
Exactly.
Oh,
thank you, Craig, number 1.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Awesome. Thanks for listening, too. We appreciate
I
it.
wonder what Craig stands for. If Greg is farmer, I would think that Craig's got to be close.
Like the
right?
name origin of
Do you guys know what your name means?
I don't know. I mean, just James. I mean, it's just I don't know that it has a meaning per se.
I couldn't tell you, but now
I think mine is masturbation.
Oh God,
Mine is B in Hebrew.
Really?
Yes.
That was a fire-ass joke, man. That deserves more props. All right, so the end of today's Ross Thoughts, which is always brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing.
Craig is Scottish, Irish, and Welsh, masculine name. It has 2 origins. All right, it means rock.
Okay, that sucks.
And Rocky.
It means rock or manx.
Comes from the
or crag, which means like a craggy, like a
an old
rock,
lady?
like a rocky ledge.
rugged cliff.
All right, so now let's bring up Greg number 2.
Okay.
And we're going to briefly talk to him, and then this is when it's going to get funky.
Okay, Greg, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show.
What's happening? It's Greg with 3 G's.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, I knew it. I went to high school with a 3G Greg. G-R-E-G-G.
We rock, man. I'm also an electrician, and my birthday is Cinco de Mayo.
Hey!
All right, Greg.
He's got it going on.
Greg's ripping, dude.
Greg, he has a pitch.
Yeah, okay. So now check this out, Jim. I don't even know if we can do this. Can we cross streams? Can we have Greg talk to a Craig?
Craig, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We have Gregs and Craigs on the line.
Gregs and Craigs.
So,
Gregs and Craigs.
I thought it'd be really interesting to have a Craig and a Greg on today for Ross Thoughts for you guys to, just like talk about it.
Hey, Craig, what's going on, man? I'm good, Greg. How are you? Good. What do you do for a job, sir? I work for the county. Oh, I'm an electrician, so, we work together. There you go. Very nice. Well, I don't have 2 G's, just 1 C and a G. Yeah, well, that's why you're below me, buddy.
Oh, damn.
All right, we're going to get rid of both of those guys. Nope, I had to get them rid of them.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry.
so
God. I had to get him gone. I'm sorry because I thought that guy was going to come back with something else.
and that's the reason why
I don't know how to dump. Can I tell you something? I don't know how to dump double lines. I don't know if it works like that.
So
we just crossed the stream.
And this kind of proves my theory. I think if my name was Craig, I would hate Greg's.
Somebody just came up with another one too that's also that we never thought of. Joey and Jody.
Oh.
But Craig and Greg is more because
you're deciphering a cruh and a gruh.
Yeah, you're right.
Texters are coming in with it. Yeah. You have Mick and Nick.
Ooh.
But Mick is so rare.
It is really rare. I have to tell you, I think the Greg and Craig's the best because there are a ton of Gregs and Craigs.
Ellen and Helen.
We asked
yeah.
Ryan and Brian.
Oh, yeah.
And if my name
Kurt
was Greg,
and Kirk.
I would hate Craig, and if I was Craig, I would hate Greg's. You have changed your existence. Your name has changed the output of my life.
I think those guys hit it off.
Oh, I don't know. It started getting a little spicy.
Well,
that's why you're blowing me. That's why he said something else. I was like, dump.
We don't know how Greg was going to respond.
We did not have, and Gregs are fiery.
Yeah, Greg's can do
especially
that.
3G.
Oh yeah,
Greg.
3G.
Yeah.
Those 3G Gregs. Oh, their phone service is slow, but they are mean.
Can't believe how
Hey, they
well
were the
that
thing
worked.
for a while.
I was so scared of this segment straight up bombing.
Oh, it did. No, it bombed.
Okay, nonetheless, Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. I've been telling you, it's true. They make great beer. Their Wise Guys Coffee Porter. 3 Wise Guys, phenomenal if that's your thing. It's getting hot out. Try their Blood Orange Wheat.
That's a winner.
That's my favorite beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations. The one down by Lake Eola, that's my favorite. You can enjoy passionately crafted beers. They also have delicious food. Trust me, enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. Visit them at phbeer.com.
Don't forget, it's owned by Craig and Greg.
Very nice.
Your Ross Thoughts, I'm out. Peace.
Buddy, and when they release that Belgian blonde thing that they brought in here that they haven't even released yet, you should run to the brewery and get it. It is damn good. There you go, phbeer.com. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 eastbound still between US 2070 and the 429. Westbound delays also reported between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Still seeing heavy traffic on the 429 due to a crash that blocks the right shoulder northbound at Florida's Turnpike. Looking at delays as well due to a crash now reported on Powers Drive at Colonial. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by GetRefunds.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it, so you can plan on giving your child the best future possible. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
I've been buying wholesale cars for 27 years, and every year, the way I know the market has peaked is my Bradford pear tree blooms. This morning I looked, and it is bloomed. The market is peaking. If you want to sell your car, this is the highest time of the year to do it right now. Just beat a guy today. A CarMax offer $3,000. They offered him $75 on his Corvette. I gave him $78. Why? Because the tree told me to. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop losing your retirement. The IRS will take substantial dollars from your retirement savings unless you take control of your retirement dollars. You can gain retirement tax protection from national talk show wealth strategist and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution. He'll give you a head start to be retirement tax and recession smart. Learn solutions with a track record of measurable results to save thousands in unnecessary taxes and gain retirement recession protection. Visit retirementprotected.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, Russ Rollins from the Monsters here, and our 30-year anniversary tour coming to Melbourne. You can join me and the rest of the Monsters at Intracoastal Brewing Friday, April the 14th from 12:30 to 1:30. Intracoastal Brewing features delicious rotating brews, food, and live music. Intracoastal Brewing Company has been bringing you the love to the Space Coast for the last 10 years. Join us at Intracoastal Brewing, a beautiful beer garden. Family, friends, and your furry friends are welcome too. They always have something going on at Intracoastal Brewing, from their monthly can release to their exciting events. Drink local, drink coastal.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Come on, everybody knows when it's a crappy disco song, that's when you make your drug deals. You know, you pipe up, get ripped, ready for the good music, and then you get on the dance floor, bitches, with your 3-inch clogs and puffy sleeves.
Telling me lies. This breakdown is really good here. Learn something here. Listen to this bass in the background. Here it goes.
In here.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
The bass line's real important to you. It's like that with the Tool song when we open and close the show with.
Hey, Rage.
Rage, sorry.
I am Jim. Deb is here.
Rage.
Jack.
Hi.
And Ross.
What's poppin', slime?
Just Craig's and Greg's, player.
Greg's and Greg's.
Just C's and G's, player.
I got
nothing but C's and G's.
We had a ton of Greg's and Greg's.
They loaded up too. Well, they heeded the call, did they not?
We had more than we needed.
No joke. Sometimes we don't even get people to call for the game. He calls out for Craig's and Greg's, giving out nothing. They were like, "What's up, man? I work for the county. What's my buddy over there, Greg doing?"
They've been waiting for this call.
Yeah.
One day.
I'm telling you, those two would probably still be talking. If I'd have left them alone, probably having lunch tomorrow. So we all love the film industry here. We're big movie fans, right? We talk about movies quite often.
A lot.
There is a fad happening in Hollywood. Hollywood is taking notice of a certain genre of movie. And over the last 20, 25, 30 years, this genre has been growing rapidly and kind of under the radar. But has been happening, and it's starting to see behind the power of one really big star, really. It started years back with another big star, but it's actually kept gaining momentum, and I think this star is going to be the one that's really going to push it into the forefront. You guys know what kind of movie am I talking about?
I'm feeling very confident with my guess. Mystery.
No.
Damn.
Any idea, Deb?
That was actually a really good guess.
What is Hollywood paying attention to more now than ever, and they're seeking out to make more of these films now than ever?
Video games.
No.
30 years.
It's a certain theme.
It's not period pieces.
Nope.
Certain
80.
themes.
And it actually may be a little bit surprising considering how Hollywood has touched this subject over the years.
Environmental.
No. But that's been happening a while now.
Race relations?
Huh?
Race relations?
No. Been doing that too.
Teen love.
Is this
been doing that as well?
And this is an official genre.
No question.
Is this like women talking?
No. It's actually a genre of music as well.
Oh, is this like Barbie thing?
No.
It's a genre of music.
And actually in Hollywood it's been shunned for the big screen for a while. There's only been a couple of movies that have really broken out with this theme and done quite well.
Pop.
No. Oh, this is killing you guys. I love this.
That's no on the country?
No in the country, no. No
Rap.
action, no mystery, no horror, nothing like
Opera.
that. No.
Rap.
No.
Hip hop.
No. You ready? Hollywood is going crazy over faith-based movies.
Oh, yeah, they did that a while with like The Passion of the Christ.
So that's what started it. When Mel Gibson made The Passion of the Christ, which is still to this day the most successful independent movie of all time.
Have you seen it?
Making $630 or $40 million on a tiny budget. I have seen it.
Jack, have you seen it?
I have.
Ross, have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, you should watch it. You should know, but I'm telling you, you should watch it. It's incredibly good.
Do you remember the Jesus of Nazareth movie that they used to
of
show?
course,
Okay,
yeah.
I used to sob so uncontrollably that my mother would look at me
Well,
terrified and say, "I'm not going to let you
listen.
watch this anymore."
Listen, I mean,
if that's how you're going to react.
I mean, the beating scene and the
I have
crucifixion scene is brutal.
Do you remember the stories of people passing out and bawling and going and confessing to crimes?
It is. There's
Oh.
no question. It is brutal.
Yeah.
Were you worried?
No, I just
that you were
know
going to confess to something?
Are you kidding? I'm Catholic. I'll always figure something to confess.
What star do you think is going to propel it forward? By the way, this star
Not Mel Gibson.
This star just moved to Vegas, to Nevada. I believe just outside of Vegas.
Chris Pratt.
And no, but that's a great guess.
I'm killing it with great guesses.
And he's building an entire studio. And part of that entire studio, I believe, is going to be faith-based movies because this guy, believe it or not, and when I say the name, you're not going to really believe it because a lot of the movies he's been in don't really lead you to believe he's a super faith-based guy. But this guy's Catholicism runs very thick.
Tom Hanks.
No.
It would have been Mel Gibson until he went crazy.
And by the way, part of this is because of this new movie called His Only Son.
Stephen Colbert?
No.
He's devout.
He is devout.
Yeah, he is a devout Catholic, yes.
Gwen Stefani?
Mm-mm. Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, good Boston Catholic boy.
Mark Wahlberg is a mega faith guy.
Well, he has a thing on Twitter right now
Yeah.
to pray the rosary with him.
That's right. He has some independent movies like God's Not Dead. There's a series of movies that kicked off in 2014. Those have been making like $65 million on $2 million budgets. Heaven is for Real in 2014 with Greg Kinnear. Miracles from Heaven with Jennifer Garner. 2018's I Can Only Imagine with Dennis Quaid. 2019's Breakthrough with Chrissy Metz. Topher Grace was also in that movie.
I believe that was the one about the little boy who died and came back and talked about having conversations with God.
Something like that. And this song actually got an Oscar nomination. I'm Standing With You. And it says here that Wahlberg says that, like, look, man, his faith is the most important thing in his life. He thinks that his faith has afforded him everything that he succeeded in. And he doesn't care about any of that. He just says, I don't try to push it down anybody's throat or anything. But making movies with a faith-based message is very profitable. And it looks like Hollywood's on board. They're going to start making them. Making more of it. You'll see more of them.
I had no idea.
Yeah, me either.
It would have been interesting next season had Entourage not, finished their run.
Right. Well, I mean, he was in Boogie Nights too, or full frontal nudity, and I mean the drug thing. I mean, a lot of his movies are bad. I mean,
speaking of that, Heather Graham is co-star in that. She's another devout Catholic whose family stopped speaking to her after she made Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like I'm making a God joke. I am not. I don't remember the ending of Passion of the Christ. Does he go back up? Does he, or is it just him dying?
It's been a long time, buddy. I don't remember if the resurrection was involved in that. I can't remember. Jack, can you remember that? I don't remember.
No, I just
is it
sequel, baby?
When he
years ago?
died, and then the earth shaking.
Yeah.
We need Pot C too.
Yeah.
It says last year the two-time Oscar nominee produced and starred in his own faith-based project, Father Stew. That, of course, is Marky Mark. He says that that he has no problem making faith-based movies, and he understands that Hollywood isn't like kind of behind it. But now with money coming in, Hollywood doesn't really give a damn about anything, and if it makes dough, they'll make it.
Yeah, and Hollywood is kind of sprawled out with all the streaming services. There's so many different avenues to do full-length features now where you don't have to go through the Hollywood machine to be in a movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you can make movies that go directly to streaming and without suffering quality or cost. Well, I mean, how they make the money on the back end is different. But, but even Amazon with this... the latest movie that is in theaters, it's their first theatrical release with Air.
Oh, wow, really?
The Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie.
Yeah, about Nike.
So, yeah, that's a theatrical release, but again, that's Amazon producing it.
Now,
so,
this new movie is called On a Wing and a Prayer. That's the one you're talking about, right? Or it's made by Amazon.
Right. Oh,
Yeah. It's called and it stars Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham. The one that this is the same movie that Deb was just talking about, On a Wing and a Prayer, and it's a faith-based movie, and Heather Graham is in it, and because of that very thing,
I was wondering because you haven't seen her lately.
I mean, it's a pretty good stars.
It's so funny. The movie got ranked in it's crushed. I was going to say crucified. Crushed. It got crushed in the ratings. It's like 5 out of 10 because it kept showing up over the weekend on my banner on Fire TV, the top banner. It was the one they kept pushing, right? So Amazon is definitely pushing this movie, and just the image alone, I'm like, that's a faith-based movie. You could tell, and it's Dennis Quaid at the plane, but his family like over his shoulder, almost like they're on his.
Well, that's
like on his shoulder.
That's the whole thing with the movie. I guess they must rely on their faith and the help of those around them to safely land a plane because the pilot dies unexpectedly, and it's based on a true story, by the way.
And so many of the reviews said I really wanted to like this movie, but.
Yeah, it happened. It happened 10 minutes into takeoff.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes into takeoff, it died, and then of course that happening. Yeah, I can see that happening. By the way, Ridley Scott made a movie called Kingdom of Heaven. Of course, that was a faith-based movie. Somebody just texted in earlier and said, "Yeah, those Ted movies are real churchy."
Right? Yeah.
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just goes to show.
That's interesting, though.
We're not perfect.
I have to tell you, man. I would have. I just thought it was always going to be a novelty in Hollywood when Hollywood attacks faith. And it didn't used to be that way because still, I mean, the 10 Commandments is still one of the most in-demand movies all year long. The Charlton Heston version is just absolutely genuinely one of the most epic movies of all time.
I think calling Kingdom of Heaven, though, a faith-based movie is a...
I mean, they put it in... I've never seen it.
It's like a war film.
Is it really?
Like, it's R.
Yeah.
You're seeing throats get slit.
I don't even know. I mean, the best faith-based movie is it's the 10 Commandments, obviously, right? We watch it every Easter when it would come around.
Yeah, I miss it when it's not on national TV, and it wasn't on this year.
And the acting is so over the top.
It's so bad. But that green smoke traveling along the ground, the spirit of death always reminds me of a dog fart.
Oh, yeah.
Right before it comes to get you and burn your eyebrows off.
I remember the angel of death. And look, they did a pretty...
That happens, right?
They did a pretty good job with that Red Sea thing.
Oh, yeah.
They did with Jell-O. Remember that? It was Jell-O?
I did not know that.
So they did it with Jell-O, and if I remember right, to make it look like it was moving, they would just simply shake the mold, and it would look like it was kind of, doing the whole thing. But that's how they did that with Jell-O, the parting of the Red Sea.
First time I've ever heard that.
And the burning bush. They get all that stuff. Look, half of these stories were the stories I was read as a kid going to bed. Were all of these, because we had a 3-inch thick, it's children's storybook that was all Bible-based stories. That was all of my bedtime stories ever.
Well, I'm telling you that Jesus of Nazareth wrecked me every Easter. I'd insist on watching it. And for your holiday viewing for Christmas time, I might suggest The Star. Has a lot of famous voices in it. Animated movie retells the story of Jesus' nativity.
Animated movie.
What?
So,
Oprah's in it?
back to Mark Wahlberg.
Kind of.
And I fully applaud
She
this.
plays Deborah.
Because, guess what? No one's perfect, and no one who goes to any church on Sunday or whatever day you worship is perfect.
No.
So, yeah, he's been living his life, and if this is what motivates him and this is what he wants to do, put positive messages in movies and kind of make that form of entertainment, all that matters. Are they good movies?
Yeah,
that's all people care about. I would have watched that Randy Quaid on the Wing and a Prayer. Had a rating.
Yeah,
I was
it'd be a
looking,
good movie.
give me 7.7 or higher, and I'm thinking about it. But when it's only getting 5 out of 10, I'm like, I don't think so.
Is it fine for Marky Mark to say like this whole thing? I mean, you look at his series of movies. I mean, like he hasn't. I mean, he doesn't make rom-coms. I mean, all of his The Departed, Ted. Boogie Nights. I mean, these are like graphic movies with graphic sex and graphic death and stuff like that. How do you, you basically just go ask, for forgiveness, or do you, as a Catholic, you just go, hey, that's my job, that's what I do, and it's just part of the job? Or?
Well, and some people view it as differently. He may not view it. He's like, well,
is it a sin if you're doing it in a movie?
Yeah, I have. Well, maybe say I'm not sinning because I'm portraying a character who's doing what? Who was a porn star? It doesn't make him a porn star.
No. It's not really his thing because it was a prosthetic. My God, thanks.
I think you're onto something, Jim.
What's that, buddy?
I just is it a sin if it's in a movie?
Yeah,
if it's not real.
It's not real, right?
We might need like an 11th commandment. A little remix. Which, did you guys have a favorite commandment?
Well, I like the one that says don't kill.
Yeah, that one's a layup. That one's not a hot take.
I just like to see it employed more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Adhered to a little more would be great.
Remember to keep the Lord's Day.
How about yours?
My favorite
Sunday?
commandment.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep the Lord's Day. You're supposed to not do anything on Sunday.
Yeah, it doesn't. and shooting a 70.
You're not supposed to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's honoring the Lord.
Sorry, bud.
I'm gonna throw this out here. That's the first time the score's been dropped. Yeah, I did shoot 70 on Sunday. Now we'll move on.
And although God loves a nippy little 60 in there to a foot or so, not on Sunday, buddy. Nobody likes pinching it off that hard pan and running one in there about D high, right next to the flag, but not on Sunday, buddy.
I went low for God.
I know, but he doesn't look at it that way.
You shall not commit adultery.
Yeah. You know what that is?
Yeah.
What is that?
Cheating.
Yeah, you got it. How about coveting? You know what coveting is?
Yeah, that's you shall not talk to your steal, take.
Well, yeah. I should not want your wife.
Yeah,
you should not covet my wife. I should not covet your wife.
So Jim alluded to coveting your wife earlier in the show.
Right.
Yeah, but you missed it.
But you missed it. It was
What's up, Cinderella?
A little jokey joke.
A little cinnamon.
What?
A lot of sin over there. That's what I'm saying. I'll teaspoon that one.
Little Cinderella. I like it.
I was going to be like, what are we, strippers now?
He's got a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Cinderella.
Okay.
Yeah, you shall not covet your neighbor's goods. I can't even be like, dude, nice sound system.
Yeah, no, you're just supposed
You just don't want to take it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, or want it, or desire it.
That's why envy is an ugly green monster.
That's right. You can be jealous.
Yeah.
You don't want to be envious or jealous.
What have you ever been jealous of? Have you ever been jealous of somebody? Oh man, I've been jealous a bunch.
I guess
it's a horrible weakness, by the way.
I feel like envy and jealousy kind of the same thing,
Yeah, it's
but
kinda the same
envy
thing.
has like a positive outlook.
No.
on it a little bit.
I think envy's even worse.
You think envy is worse than jealousy?
Yeah, envy is more malicious than jealousy. Yes, jealousy is just like this. Envy is an action almost.
Exactly. See, jealousy is almost
like from afar. I'm like, oh man,
exactly. I wish I had that.
Yeah. But envy is like, I'm taking that, or like I'm going to do something to keep you from getting that.
That's
envy.
That's how I
malicious.
see it.
It's an action. It's more than just.
It's more than just a word.
It's more than look at Jack in his new car. I don't have a new car. I can afford a new car. I mean, that's
Yeah.
But
hey Jack,
envy
give me the
is-
keys to that new car.
Envy is not only does he not deserve the car, I'm going to rake my key down it.
Right.
You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain.
Yeah.
Yep.
That I
That
do not.
That one slips up.
Try not to do.
Yeah. Deborah hates the GD word.
I do.
She hates it more than anything.
And JC. Especially because if you're a Christian and you pray to that name, then you don't use that name as a curse word.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like
you can say MFer, you can say every combination of everything, but if you pray to that name, you should not use it as a curse word.
Yeah. That's the one my wife hates the most as well, too.
So I do apologize.
The GD word when I say GD.
GD, but she's okay with JC? I would imagine not.
No. She doesn't like any of that.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like this
and
one.
And it's rare now.
Yeah, I have to get kind of mad, and I hate saying it. I hate saying it. My grandmother would have stopped speaking to me if she would have heard me say that. Oh man,
Do you ever feel her slapping you from the other side if you say it?
I wouldn't have even been allowed on her property if I would have said that.
Which one, JGD or?
She hit her youngest child, which is my Uncle Curtis, the only one that's still alive. She hit him in the face with a hot frying pan for saying "damn." In his face, off the stove, boom, right in his face while cooking what they call hoe cake. You know what a hoe cake is?
No.
It's it looks like a pancake, but it's like cornbread, and you eat it for breakfast in the South. You run it through gravy and whatnot. But it's a flat griddle you use, and she just put it on the oven and started cooking hoe cakes. And he said, "Damn," and she hit him right in the face with it.
Well, one of these commandments, though, I feel like kind of sticks out. Honor your father and your mother?
Yeah, absolutely, buddy.
Another one you should work on.
That can I tell you, that could be a big problem with our kids these days. They don't honor their mom and dad.
Yeah.
And worse, their mom and dads succumb to their kids.
Yep, try to be their friends.
Try to be their pals. The worst thing you could do as a parent is try to be your kid's friend.
I just think that a lot of these are, like, okay, got it. Understand that. Don't kill.
Check.
All right. Don't sleep with my neighbor's girl. Done.
Check.
Got it. Honor my father and mother.
What is that? Why is that so mystic to you?
It's just like a little subjective.
Why is that?
Not really.
Everything else on this list is very black and white for the most part. Take Sundays off. Done. I can do that. Honor your father and mother. I'm like, you want me to call them? You want me to light a candle?
Respect them. That's all it's saying. Respect your mom and dad.
What
That's
if
what it's
they're
saying.
jerky?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're
supposed to respect them either way.
Got it, Ross?
I don't know. Some parents kill people.
You're right. They do.
I'm not going to honor that.
Well, you don't have to. You can go to hell. Oh.
Hey.
He told you to go to hell.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I said you can.
He said you can go to hell.
No, I said you can.
And this,
you can go to hell.
It's a maybe. You can.
And this hypothetical, if my father was a murderer and I did honor him, and that's my ticket to get into heaven.
It's weird, right?
It's a kind of a weird paradox.
Well,
there.
The funny thing is, it's just a respect issue, and I think maybe more as a kid. Just once you show respect to your mom and dad, that's the thing.
Exactly.
And as kids in the South, we were kind of told to respect any adult. Really, I mean, everybody almost had the same kind of power.
God, I had very little adults in my life.
Yeah, man.
Like they were just it was just friends.
Yeah.
Although someone does point out on the texting service that they believe porn is faith-based because they say, oh, God, so much.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 770. That's a stretch.
Perfect way to tie it up.
That is a stretch.
Man,
oh, God.
Here comes more Gregs.
All right,
Gregs be texting, man.
916-1041. Load them up for last call. Let's get out of here on a Tuesday.
Could have been a Craig.
Real radio is the news junkie.
In this world that we live in, it is so much easier to be beautiful. If you are somebody perceived as sexy, hot, attractive, life is 10 times easier.
I don't even know what hardship is like.
Get out of here.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Overnight lows tonight will be in the mid-60s, partly cloudy skies, and as we head throughout the day on Wednesday, afternoon highs, another round of the upper 70s. There will be a 30% chance, though, for some showers, mainly starting after 2 p.m., and it will be a bit breezy. Rain chances are on the rise significantly as we head throughout your Thursday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing. Summit Racing has parts and accessories to keep your truck rolling right. Parts like lift kits, intakes, exhaust, tires, lighting, and more. From custom grills to tonneau covers, Summit Racing has you covered. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.com.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. Hey. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K every single day. Fueled by Circle K.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news from the state of Florida. It's blueberry season! Fresh from Florida has the ripe, sweet blueberries you've been craving for cobblers, pancakes, and all your favorite homemade recipes. And best of all, buying fresh from Florida is a great way to support local farmers and jobs in our communities. You can find locally grown Florida blueberries in stores now. Just look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword free heart scan.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Thanks again for listening today. We appreciate it as we do every single day. We love coming in and doing the show for you guys. And we want all of you to win some money. You do have about 8 minutes or so for your last money. Cash, C-A-S-H-8, C-A-S-H. Go to realradio.fm and send that away. Tom and Dan, we'll have a couple keywords for you, and then the Monsters will start back up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All the lines are full for last call. We'll get to you guys here in just 1 second. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. It's so funny. I just, you know who Eddie Trunk is?
I do not.
Eddie Trunk is an old school writer for like hard rock music, metal music. He's been doing it for eons. I mean, I think this guy actually started out in the old like Circus magazine and those magazines, writing for those. I guess he was just going on a rant because one of the big stories out is that Motley Crue is using backing tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know they do for a fact. I've heard it. I mean, I was in the building when they were doing rehearsals, and there's no question that band uses backing tracks. A lot of bands do. But the metal community, it's really kind of weird to do it because that community has really kind of built their entire reputation on being like raw and loud, unencumbered, unfettered, unfiltered. And, of course, when you have shiny backing tracks for your metal band, it looks kind of weird. Well, the story went on to say that, there are a lot of people in rock that do it. We know that Ozzy for years had to have his own lyrics put on teleprompters on stage for him because he couldn't remember the lyrics to his own songs. And that's been going on. That's been going on for a while, right?
Happens to the best of us.
So Eddie Trunk goes crazy because Ozzy is about to go back on tour in a wheelchair.
Is he? I thought he said he'd stop touring because his health no longer allows for it.
Same thing. And then after that, they announce him joining one of these giant like metal tours that's going all over the world. And Ozzy's supposed to be part of it. And he's going to be in a wheelchair. And then the guy, Eddie, says, and the funny thing is, he hasn't sang on stage for years. His voice has been terrible for years. That they just pinch it with a backing track to the point where he just gets up there and walks around like he's lost, which is pretty much his stage show.
Yeah.
Him walking back and forth and taking the mic and putting it in and out of the mic stand. That's his show. That's what he does. He doesn't do anything else. He just walks back and forth barefoot and he puts the mic in the mic stand, and then people lose their mind because it's Ozzy.
It seems like you aren't the biggest fan.
I've grown up. I mean, that music was fun when I was younger. To me, it's like the music of youth. And I'm not young anymore, so I don't have the thing for it. I mean, I'll always have a few Ozzy songs that are cool, but I never was a giant Ozzy fan.
I don't know much.
Yeah, there's nothing to know.
I wouldn't want to see Ozzy Osbourne on stage in a wheelchair any more than I would have wanted to see Phil Collins sitting down the entire time holding a cane, even though he was the drummer.
Right.
He always sat at the drum kit. He was always sitting. There's a difference when you see a rock icon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow we have Scott Maxwell calling in today, or tomorrow. And, of course, we do have Animal House. Who's in tomorrow for Animal House?
We have Angie Klein from the Humane Society of Lake County coming in to invite you all to a fun trivia night coming up.
Nice. I love trivia.
I know.
God, it's about time to start up another trivia group. I'm doing that.
I'm surprised you've never invited Jack. Jack
has been to trivia a couple times.
I would think Jack's very good at trivia.
Jack would be
Deb
good at trivia.
Also.
Yeah, Deb's good at trivia.
I love trivia.
Well, the thing is with trivia, you try to form a team where one person knows. Like when we had our team, I was the pop culture guy. Then we had a sports guy. We had a guy that knew a lot about like governments and stuff like that, and then a guy that knew a little bit about like literature and stuff. And then Code Black was our tech guy.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Ross, but you can't force friendships.
Oh, God, get out of here.
But thank you.
Deb, who do we have to
for
thank
thanking
today?
me.
This son of a bitch.
Right? He's the eel. The worst.
He is the eel.
So slippery.
Yeah.
Slippery.
Right between your fingers.
So, hey. We want to thank Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law for bringing us one of our more popular segments, What'd You Do That's New. You can find the master list at JimColbertLive.com. And if you've been in any kind of accident, you have any kind of insurance question when it comes to your car, call 407-917-1718 to talk to the one and only Glenn Klausman.
That's right. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for sure. Jack, Twitter poll?
Yeah, we were talking about the 6-year-old that shot its teacher, and now the mom has been arrested, because the child got the gun. And the question at Real Radio 1041 was, should parents be held accountable for crimes their children commit? Where do you think it fell?
Wow.
You're good at this.
This is a tough one, though. Because it's so subjective to what the crime is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you put a guy in jail because his kid shoplifted? I would say 29% say yes.
You are on the opposite side.
Oh,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah. Is that what it is?
80% said yes.
Unbelievable.
20% no.
Yeah, that's a bit much. That's a context thing for sure, though.
Yeah.
God almighty. Ross, stand up.
Yes, this Saturday I'm going to be with shows I go to. It's the Backyard Comedy Show. It's the last one of the year. These are insane. I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want tickets, you can buy tickets off of the link in the bio on my Instagram, but buckle up.
Yeah.
Also, drink Persimmon Hollow beer.
There you go, for sure. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Tim, last call.
Jim,
Yes, Tim.
what do you call a lady that is horrible at the telephone game?
I don't know. What do you call a lady that's horrible at the telephone game?
Miscommunication.
Oh, that's...
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun. Greg, last call.
Jim's Greg. What happened? Three G's.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I gotta let you go, man. What happened? I was just talking to my buddy Craig, and then what? Tony B, last call.
Hey, when you blink, you use both eyes. When you wink, you use one. Can we get blinkers changed to winkers? And hazards are basically blinkers.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Keep smoking.
All right. Mike, last call.
Mike never used to backtrack buzzer alerts in here. How do trees get on the computer, Jim?
I don't know, Mike. How do trees get on the computer, buddy?
Just the same as us. They log in.
Oh, my God.
Give me the buzzer.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
God almighty.
It seems like he was having a bad day,
He's going
right?
to die on the phone.
It
There's no
seems like he
question.
was emotional.
Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
Who can it be knocking at Jim's door? Just Party Mom to help you party more. Best off if I stay outside. Come on in. I'll get you really high. Party Mom's here now.
Oh, good job. Say it.
Yay! Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Party Mom. Appreciate that. Let's get the hell out of here. Got a big show coming up for you tomorrow. Scott Maxwell, Animal House, your calls, texts, and talkbacks, plus 4 more chances for you to win $1,000 from us right here on the Real Radio Show, Jim Colbert. I just got that backwards. Yeah. Trying to sound so good, and I got it backwards. It happens. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful, glorious Tuesday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
I do ginger brandy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still looking at some slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon as you travel east and westbound between US 27 and the 429 and between Osceola Parkway and 535. Still seeing some delays due to a crash reported southbound on the Turnpike. That's near Hancock Road and the Oakland Exchange exit. Another crash blocks the southbound left lane on 1792 north of 436. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing. Summit Racing has parts and accessories to keep your truck rolling right. Parts like lift kits, intakes, exhaust, tires, lighting, and more. From custom grills to tonneau covers, Summit Racing has you covered. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates navigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our